Okay, so session 2 of the new arc of Shattered Skies. Let's just do a recap of some of the stuff that got covered in the text session last week and stuff that kind of happened between sessions, because we've been having a lot more of that now. Stuff happening between sessions, which I kind of like because it lets us do stuff that we wouldn't normally want to do, like take time with in a voice session, but it lets us kind of have things happen. So if I'm looking at this correctly, this was the part where essentially the major stuff that happened was like lightning went to like Scarlet, and they had a conversation, and like Scarlet told Lightning about how she basically was the one who ordered like her family to be attacked. So now Lightning wants to kill Scarlet, but there's a peace treaty, so they can't just kill each other. And we had a long conversation with Mist and Scarlet again, and eventually, because of social manipulation, Scarlet was able to basically put Mist into a position where she was going to train Mist into becoming a better soldier overall, so that she would be more able to like defend herself. And then Melise was able to find one of the Rockstar who was like basically causing problems on the ship. One of the guards who was with Princess, and they were trying to disable the War Strider so that Mist couldn't escape, because she declared like, I'm gonna go do the thing with the War Strider and get out of here. So Princess tried to stop that from happening, and she effectively succeeded. So now the War Strider doesn't have any fuel, and also Melise was effectively well, you're not actually sure in character what's happened to her, but she retreated from the situation, and the soldiers retreated. So something's happening, and essentially these Fae have very interesting and weird powers that you guys don't fully understand. So whatever they're able to do is something that's actually been able to overwhelm, a lot of characters off screen, but we haven't seen what they're actually capable of yet. So as sort of just as an overview, you guys have gotten a little bit of rest. It's been a good amount of time, because that was like night. Everything's been happening at night. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yeah, Lightning went back to Storms, and they had a good time. That was the last thing I forgot to say.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was so you guys have basically gone through the night. You guys got a bunch of motes willpower back, because now you've rested, and it's now effectively the next day. It's now actually, just for some notes, because we were actually having an argument about the timing. This is the Ascending Wood, the 25th, and it's the fourth day that you've been on the cruise, like in total, and the 55th day of you guys actually like being together as a group, like as a whole. So if that's worth anything, I know. I know what Mist is doing, because they were being told to like wake up really early in the morning to start training.
Yeah, she's going to go for like a Rocky Balboa training.
Yeah. Okay. So I definitely imagine that kind of happening, but the two of you kind of gave me more flexible sort of schedules. So I'm more wondering necessarily like what you're going to do first, because I know Storms, I don't know if actually this is a good question that I'm thinking of now. So you've effectively completed your contract, you got paid, you're on leave. So like I know like you sort of have some, you want to just kind of mingle with everybody, but the real question to me is sort of like, what's your duty here? Like you're not because this is actually relevant for Princess too, because she fuels herself off of you being her bodyguard. So if you're annoying, that's like officially you're no longer tying yourself to the ship. Is that like accurate, or are you still like?
Yeah, like I think I'm still gonna kind of patrol the ship just because, like, I know something's up, but I don't know what exactly.
Right, but the key is that you don't want to associate yourself as like the guard of the ship, but you're still there patrolling and acting like a guard, but you're not like on paper, you're not actually on payroll or anything anymore. So you're technically off contract.
Yeah.
But you're just doing
I might just be like make excuses, so like if I got like, yeah, I'm just looking for the bathroom.
Yeah, but I don't think that you would actually, they wouldn't give you I think actually this would be kind of interesting. So if you got paid and stuff, I think they'd ask for like your keys back and stuff like that. Like not like you couldn't have the key, you can't have the keys to like the princess room, I mean. Stuff like that cuz you like took those. So like but the weird thing,
I'm no longer keeping him prisoner. I would be gladly do that.
Yeah. I'm just clarifying that because I kind of realized that you had kind of taken charge of certain things, like you were able to confiscate his stuff because you were like in charge of the ship, but now you don't have access to that, and you also don't have access to like Princess's room either because you can't get in there unless you have like permission. So you don't have any keys anymore that you can use to like get through the like restricted parts of the ship. I just realized that in my head, so I wanted to like clarify that. So you're like off your job, but you're still like walking around the ship and figuring stuff out. So just so you understand, like in terms of the layout, I should probably draw like where the other rooms are on the Roll20, just so that it's like super clear. Like, because I actually have enough room where I can draw the rest of the rooms. So I will do that. I don't know how much longer we're going to be on the ship, but I might as well create the rest of the rooms while we're here.
Yay!
This is orange, so I'll do.
Set me free. Trust me, we'll escape from the city.
So I kind of imagine this one would be like what Mist's room is like here. Well, actually, no. Mist already had a room. But this is where the other rooms are, so they'd be like this.
Is that like Pavarotti singing in the background?
You can hear that?
Yep.
A little bit. It's not actually that bad. No. Oh, it was Scarlet, Melise, and Topaz who got new rooms, right? So they're all living like here, basically. Because they cleared out a bunch of space on the entertainment deck and basically gave them rooms here. But their rooms are a lot like wider and like actually a little bit bigger than the other rooms that you had. And then I'm not actually, because this is actually something I just thought of, I'm not sure where they would put the soldiers because there are like a bunch of soldiers and other guests that are like here. So I'm guessing they wouldn't really get rooms necessarily, but there'd be enough space on the ship for
like, kind of barracks in like.
Yeah. So I feel like what they're starting to do is they're starting to like make rooms for everyone who is like important, and then everyone else kind of has like smaller rooms and like barracks in between. So like where there's like empty space here, like here, there's actually like a cluster of like smaller rooms. So I guess I would draw it more like this. Like I would draw a line.
I'm now just imagining Thrawn's like kind of just like arm wrestling the with the soldiers now, like, and just like I don't know, friendly showing off kind of thing, like
yeah.
You know, Timmy.
Ooh, I get you.
Ooh,
I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh, because I keep doing
what?
Polygon.
Okay.
That's what it is. Okay. It keeps doing that, so it doesn't make a line. It makes like a. Oh, I have to use the mouse to draw lines because it does that weird thing if I don't. So I'll just freehand them.
Okay.
What the hell?
What's going on?
I'm on Tumblr.
Well, that's your first problem.
Yeah, it's my first problem. It's just like top 10 Sailor Moon monster of the week. And it's like 10 screaming violin women. I don't know if I can screen share this.
So this is sort of what the housing complex looks like now.
I'm gonna screen share this on live. So
they've effectively had to make new housing for everyone who's now moved onto the ship.
Sorry, guys.
I find that kind of funny. Like, I'm wondering if they all have to like pay fees to the crews. Like, if they all have to like, because they're all like probably buying stuff now. So I'm sure Whitefin's happy. You know, she actually gets more money because there are more people now. On the
it's
ship.
funny though, because I don't really see that much bad stuff in here.
Because there are like there is actually enough capacity for more people on the ship. You guys were just the only guest they had. But there was always capacity for more people.
We're the only suckers.
Yeah, basically. I mean, now they have more suckers, so it's great. Like, you know, it's all win for them. But
we could just replace. You can just replace us with these guys. So when you have a good night.
The reason why I was pointing this out was because, so like storms, if you go out onto the deck, you'll see their rooms first before you get to like the top deck where like Mist would be. So I was wondering if you would like go check on everyone there first in the morning, or if you would do something else.
I might, because like.
Okay. Sure. So what did you want to do?
Well, like I said, I'll like probably check on the normal soldiers. Like, basically, just ask if they like if anything suspicious has been happening or anything like that. Like.
Okay.
Like, just kind of get the general like feel of like.
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, what you notice is that even though it's been like a day or two, they're still, well, actually, it's only been like a day. They've been loading and unloading like a lot of cargo and like a lot of boxes. And one thing that you notice about a lot of this cargo is like some of it is like weapons grade, you know, stuff like armor, weapons, explosives. You know, like the kind of grenades, that like Mist was using. Not like gas grenades specifically, but like actual, like, you know, they have like weapons and like not, well, guns don't exist. They might actually have like some like fire wands and stuff. Like there are like weapons that they're loading onto the ship, as well as like clothing and supplies and stuff. So like it's not like they're just loading like supplies that you would use like they're loading like everything onto this ship, which includes all the weapons too. So they're sorting everything right now, and they don't really know who you are. So like when you come up and talk to them, they don't really want to. I mean, are your tattoos showing, or are they hidden, or like what? Like what do you look?
I'm just like, well, I mean, everyone knows I'm a lieutenant, right? Or
well, they don't. That's what I'm saying. Like
okay.
they just got on the ship today, so they're like, they don't know who you are. So like when you approach them, like what do you say?
I'm just like, I'm the person who ripped off the fucking War Strider's arm.
Oh, okay.
Sup, bitches, it's me.
Yeah.
Your god.
Deal with it.
Dustin, can you do me a favor? Because I think there's something weird going on with the voice. Could you like join the call again? Because I'm getting this weird like modulation.
All right.
I think if you refresh it, it'll work better. But I'm just getting this weird feedback.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but it's like their voice was accelerating. And I don't know why it was doing that. I don't know if it's my internet that's doing it.
No, I was hearing it as well.
It heard like a robotized.
It wasn't me, okay. It wasn't just me. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, you're much better now.
Better.
There was some weird thing going on with your voice, but it's fixed now.
Yeah, it was all crackly.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, when you tell them, oh, I was the person who like destroyed the War Strider, and all of them are like, like I think like at that point they start getting a little bit like tense and almost a bit aggressive. So like if you like gauge them, you might realize they're about to like attack you when you say that.
And I'll
So, like-
probably add in like I'm also the person who stopped the fight. So
Well, that doesn't necessarily make them feel better, right?
Mhm.
I mean, they didn't necessarily want the fight to stop. So I'm
Oh, the
not
blood pressure's
I'm not
fucked.
saying the entire room of like maybe several dozen soldiers like attacks you immediately, but they definitely don't have a good first impression of you because again, there's a piece they can't like attack you, but they're all like yell like they yell at you and they're like you scum. Traitor! I don't think they say that. They're not the guy from Force Awakens, but they're yelling stuff like that at you. They're like, "You scum!"
Rebel scum.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "You rebel scum." That kind of thing. Like they're insulting you and they're yelling at you, and they don't like throw anything at you, but they're like shaking their fist, and some of them are like drawing weapons, like and like pointing them in your direction, like.
No weapons are allowed, good sir.
Well,
anyway, I'm just going to go to the nearest
Try
weapon
this.
that's drawn, and I'm going to like hold onto the point and then like bend it backwards.
okay. You still need to make a check for that, but
Yes, I know it.
yeah, but you can do it.
All right, let me get to my page.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, I'll look that up because that's definitely something that you can do. I just need to check how many
like-
successes you need.
I'm just gonna
No
like,
problem.
and then I'm gonna say, if I wanted to kill you, I could do this so fucking easily.
Right. So you're just gonna like bend their sword and be like, "Hey, listen, I'm strong, and if you fight
I'm
me,
reasonable. Unlike you assholes, I'm fucking reasonable. So fuck off.
I'm reasonable. Now let me bend
sorry.
this sword."
I'm the reason you're on this fucking ship now.
Yeah.
Like
Do
I
you
can
actually-
bend yours.
You actually say
If
that
you want
you're
me,
like,
I can bend your spine, but
you're-
I won't because I'm not a freaking asshole like you guys.
wow. Okay, Carl, I think you're over exaggerating.
Fucking asshole, you fucking
I'll bet
go
your
around.
spine. I don't know if Storms would say that.
Anyway, let me get my dice roller up.
Look. I'm worried. I'm just man, okay? People, that's just peace.
Okay, so I think it would probably be around. I mean, it says pull wagon, bend. Oh, like actually, so it would only be like 5 successes, I think, to like bend the sword.
Let me just check.
Actually, no, it's break a sword over your knee would be like 3, but if you're bending it, I think you'd need like 5 successes. So like you could like if you were throwing it, you could like break it with 3, but if you want to like bend it out of their hand, then you would need like 5.
Yeah, let me just quickly see how many dice I get because I got like
Yeah.
strength charms. Okay. Let's see. Oh, the lunar may reduce the strength of requirements for fetus strength rolls by 2.
Mm-hmm. By 2? Yeah, okay. So that would actually let you that would actually let you just basically like snap iron and stuff like that.
Let's see here.
So that does make it a little easier. But you already meet the requirements with what you have now. So
Yeah, and okay, I also got this charm that's I gain double 9s.
right, that would be what you'd want to use here.
Alright. I will essentially spend 5 mode to do both of those.
Sure, yeah, okay. Well, that would flash unless you use personal, that would flare your cast mark though.
I have personal still, like.
Oh, okay, sure.
Alright.
It's my personal own, so don't fuck with it.
12. Alright.
I'm sorry.
What does it matter if she flares the cast mark or not?
Well, they don't know she's a lunar, so that would actually they would probably just attack her anyway.
Alright. And
Like if they found out that she was an anathema, that would change the situation. That would make it impossible for her to like, reason with them, I think.
alright. So it's strength plus what?
Strength plus athletics.
All right, athletics. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Athletics score is.
Oh yeah, these people are the Wild Hunt. That's right.
All right, 2.
I mean, there's a big difference between her being a lunar and just being a really buff chick.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Do I get any bonus?
I'm kind of okay with kind of, because it's less about you bending this thing and more about you like trying to show off to them. So I'll give you like a die.
All right.
Because I kind of like what you're pointing out. You're like, hey, I could, you know.
I
There you
can
go.
bend steel.
Okay, good job. Yeah, so you bend this sword like in this guy's, like you grab like the tip of his sword and you like bend it in your hand, and you're using like a good portion of your extra sort of strength to this. Oh, and you double nines, right? So you would have gotten 6 successes. So yeah, you're definitely able to do this. Like you just bend the metal of his sword, and he's just like he just like stands there and he like kind of is exasperated, and I think everybody in the room kind of has this mutual like they back off, like they all had weapons raised and they're like yelling at you, and then like you do that and then they all shut up and they go back to doing like, you know, work. Like they're like, oh, okay. And they like just like kind of grumble and like go back to doing what they were doing. Like they ignore you now. I think some of them are like, oh, we're really sorry. We didn't mean it.
Well, it's good to see some of you are smart. And I'm gonna like just hold on to my sword, like not ready to draw it, but like kind of in that pose, like that I can. Like.
Yeah. I think it's funny because like I think a few of them might have said like when you said, "Oh, I destroyed the war story," they're like, there's no way. That's impossible. Like there was no way that happened. Like maybe it just broke. Like they don't realize, like, because they can't really. It's very difficult to see what happened besides the giant, you know, the giant anima, obviously. But they're like, no, that was some kind of like exalt or spirit or god or something. Like it wasn't a person. A person doesn't do that. And then you're like, oh, I broke it.
Well, surely they put 2 and 2 together if that was the case. How dumb are these guys?
But like, what I'm trying to say is that they're like, yeah, there's no way that, you know, you could actually do that. And then they see you like bend this thing, and they're like, okay, maybe that wasn't them, but maybe they mean it.
Evidence of like, oh, you have you have a fucking thing on your head that says you're this and that.
No, that's all flares.
Well, that's why I was checking to see, because if you flared it, they would know you did it, and then they'd be like, well, okay. But you're basically
we know now who you are.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. Ha ha ha.
I'm basically like, I'm still a freak, but I'm being a stealthy freak.
Right. I mean, they don't know that, like, they saw this giant bear thing. They don't know that that's you, is what I'm trying to say. But if you tell them, like, I don't know
Sesame Street, like the number 3 flashes up, but they don't know what it is until it goes
3. Yeah. No, I actually think that makes sense. Like you told them you broke the War Strider, so they would know it's you. But I think that at this point, I said, well, if you flash your cast mark, they probably would attack you. But at this point, I don't think they would want to do that because they don't want to die either.
Yeah. That was more the point why I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they know, like, I agree. I think they would know that you're a lunar, but now they would be like, okay, well, if we fight the lunar now, then A, we'll be breaking the peace, and then B, we'll get fucked. So we don't want to do that. So they kind of just
would be fucked beyond imagination.
They just
our brains would be all over the wall, and we would be having a good time in the depths of.
Yeah, enough, Carl.
Right. Anyway,
be with the other people.
Focus.
Oh.
So you settle things with the soldiers on the ship.
I'm actually gonna leave and go at these soldiers. Just like
I don't think they give you like a response. They're just like
Yeah, I know. Like I wasn't expecting one. I just wanted to be with it. Like,
yeah, but you're just like, hey, at ease, and they're like,
Mhm.
and so you know where Topaz's room is, and you know where Scarlet's room is, and you know where Melissa's room is. But Melissa's like in her room, and the door's like locked. She's not answering the door. So if you try to go to where she is, she's not letting you in.
I'm just like, I'm not going to panic, but this is very like note of this.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
But
then I will.
Yeah.
You remember this, like the characters in Walking Dead.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Storms will remember this. All right. I will go to which rooms first, Topaz or
I was saying, well,
Scarlet.
the order isn't really relevant, but I think it would be Scarlet's probably in the middle, and then Topaz's would be on the right, probably.
Okay. Scarlet's room, like, just give a knock, like.
Yeah. Who is it?
It's Storms.
It's me.
What? Who? Carl? What?
I'm sorry. I thought it was you really like asking someone in your dorm, like,
No,
no. Who is it?
No.
I'm sorry. I sorry. I didn't mean it.
Actually, wait. I just realized Scarlet would be up on the deck, so she's not there.
Oh, okay.
I'm stupid. So no, you don't get an answer.
Never mind that.
You don't get an answer from Scarlet either because she's like with Mist right now.
What? Okay, that's 2 dragon bitches not present. That's
bitching around the speed of
I'm
sound.
so happy I caught myself on that. I'd be like, wait, how is she 2 places at once?
all right. I will knock
Oh God!
Topaz's door.
I think like you hear him say, "I'm sorry, Commander. I'll be out in a minute."
It's just me.
Oh, hold on. You see him like, you can hear him like boom, 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 move towards the door, like because there's like metal under, so you can hear boom, and he's like running towards the door. He's like he pulls it open. You're like, oh, hi. He's like dressed in like
You okay, Kara?
like some like really simple kind of clothing, like some kind of like kind of fatigues almost, but not really, like simple like shirt and maybe some like training, like he's wearing like training clothes, like he's wearing like a not like a jumpsuit, but he's wearing like something like you would run outside in.
Yeah. So I'm basically just going to give the like spiel of like, has anything weird been going on since last night that you noticed, or?
I mean, I've mostly been in my room all night. I didn't see anything.
Any strange sounds, anything like that?
I mean, I'm hearing a lot of things, but it's mostly just like weird noises. Like I can hear the ocean outside, and you know, it's kind of loud. I'm trying to get used to that.
All right. Well, if you could see if any of the soldiers noticed anything, please tell me if they have.
I mean, I did hear about some soldiers who were like brought out on deck, and they came back here talking about really strange things that they saw. But I figured they were just getting seasick or something.
What type of things did they say they saw?
Like, I don't know. They sounded like they were hallucinating. Like they saw giant spiders and like moths and like flying birds that were the size of, you know, like huge mountains and stuff. Like that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
You're right. It does make.
Do you know these soldiers?
I mean, they weren't really like the same people I trained with, but they're in your unit, so I might have seen them once or twice.
All right, if you could find them and bring them to me, that would be handy.
Yeah, sure. I guess I could round them up. He like goes and he goes out in the thing. He's like, "Hey, you guys saw those people who went AWOL the other night?" And they're like, "Who wants to know?" And he points to you. He's like, "Oh," and they all like, "Where are they?" And they start moving around. Like, "Where are they? We need to find them now."
Who the hell's asking? Oh shit! Oh fuck! Where are they?
So they basically like pull these like five or six guys like one squad like in front of you, and they all kind of seem really like shaken up, like they're all really nervous. Not because they're standing in front of you, to be clear. Like they just look like really scared. They look actually really similar to the way that like Lightning looked before, like when you talked to her. I mean, before she was angry, but like when you went to see her the first time when she was like screaming.
Yeah.
Because they seem really agitated about something. And they don't really look like they slept really well either.
Just like someone else.
Yes. So I am basically just going to give the kind of spiel, like, okay, tell me exactly what happened, and like.
Well, if I remember right, Melise gathered us up. She said we were going on a hunt. So we got all our things. We left the cabin. We went out on the deck. Bunch of the people working on the War Strider, they weren't listening to what we were saying. So she told us to go up there and deal with them. We did. Last thing I saw, there was this weird kid, and they're like, yeah, that kid, yeah, he was on the rope doing some kind of like weird dance. He pulled out a sword, and then I don't really remember anything after that. It all kind of blurred together. I think I saw something, and I was just running, and then they don't really like have any words. They're just like stammering after that.
That's great. We're fucked.
All right. I'm just going to like say like, okay, be sure to stay in a group from now on, and if you see anything weird, like refer to one of the Exalted or Dragon Blood there.
I love how they're like, wait, why are you giving us orders? I think they ask you that. They're like, wait, why are you giving us orders? Are you with the captain?
I'm one of the people who can save your lives if you fucking run into something. So
they're nodding. Like,
don't ask stupid questions.
All right.
A soldier, follow orders.
Yeah. Wow, that's a strong statement. But they're like, yeah.
Right. Okay,
and they kind of go back to like the little corner they were standing in, like, okay, breathe. Like go back to one of the corners of the room.
One of them.
What was up with? I think Topaz is like, what the heck you think happened to them?
I don't know, but I think the same thing that happened to Lightning.
What happened to Lightning? Oh, and who's Lightning?
Lightning's my Stars is gonna flash a bit. My girlfriend.
Ah, lucky.
Kind of.
She's second one this month. Hey, that's not nice.
I'm trying to remember if like I'm not even sure if Topaz like knew you were getting married to Firefly back then, or if that was like he left by then.
He left before then, I believe.
Yeah, okay, so he would know that you were already like, but did you tell him you got married? Because I think it was like a secret thing.
I don't think I told him about. Well, I mean, actually, no, he was in the meeting when I mentioned it. Like,
oh, okay, oh yeah, oh, so he would be like, he would know. Like, I think because it's interesting because I think he would know who Firefly is because you guys like live pretty close to them.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they didn't. He didn't know that you guys got like married.
Yeah.
So he's like, wait, you said you were married to Firefly before, right?
Yeah. It was sometime after you got drafted.
Oh, yeah, and I left.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened to them?
They got murdered.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about that, but I was like on base or something, so they wouldn't let me go check it out.
I got the killer though.
Oh, that's good. I mean, it's really bad what happened. That's not what I mean. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go topside. I need the mare.
Sure. I was gonna go like run a few laps on the top deck, so we could go together, I guess.
Sure.
Okay. He like kind of gets out of the room. He starts like walking with you up the stairs, and he sees he like starts like running laps around the rim of the ship.
Oh, actually, I was planning on seeing Sun too because he's bomb.
Yeah. Okay, but Sun would be in the other. Sun, you'd have to go back down to the.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's up, I would knock on his door, find out no one's there, and be like, "Where the fuck is everyone?" Then go outside.
Well, I don't know. I think Sun would still be in his room, but he just muted, so I don't know. Because like Sun, as far as I know, he didn't leave his room.
Okay, well, we'll just say he's having an intimate moment with his mother, and we don't want to disturb him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
An intimate moment.
Sure. Okay, so you go to the top deck. So, I think it's funny.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, you still want to do a thing?
Sure. I'll just give Sun the basic feel of like, hey, something's going on around the ship. Be careful. Like,
What do you mean?
more of, I told you what happened to Lightning, right? With that she. Yeah, the same thing has been going on with the other guard, with some of the soldiers. They were going to do something, and then they ran into the guards of magic, and then they suddenly forgot what they were doing and came back down after seeing nightmares and shit. Something about giant spiders.
What?
So just be careful around those kids.
Of his anima is like a giant dragon spider, so he's like, maybe they're all me.
It's like, no, son, they're not you.
No, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
it's like, no, son, it's not you. What? I didn't say anything. I was hearing your mind. How? Now, how the hell? Since when were you a telepath?
Actually, so,
charms.
I do want to ask while you're here, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to just like, because your mother's asleep, like, did you want to just like walk around? Do you want to like do anything? Or are you just gonna like wait in your room?
Just like, okay. So you're telling me that freaky stuff's going on, and everybody's taking notice.
And every time this freaky shit happens, everyone conveniently forgets it or thinks it's not real.
Great. Hold on. I'm gonna attempt to roll.
Okay. Well, what are you doing? Because like that's what it would help.
I was gonna say a cold, but then this boop it came into my ear like, oh Jesus, what the fuck?
Okay, yeah, you can roll occult, sure.
It threw me off my groove, man. Jeez,
I'm sorry, you
darn.
threw the improved groove off. Storms of scratch.
I'm sorry.
It'd be like an intelligence occult roll, sure.
And that would be 3.
Good.
Not impossible.
Good.
Well, I mean, so you could still stop it if you can explain to me like where you're pulling this knowledge from, or like what you're thinking about, or like what's coming to your mind. Like,
okay. I'm thinking about the legends I've heard from back home when I was a kid.
Okay.
From
the stories your mom read to you when you were a kid.
When I was living with Awesome, one from Trash, listening to people talk about this like stuff like, oh, you heard the rumors about these giant bitches and stuff, and like all this stuff, trying to like think and like something maybe Awesome told me about something.
Okay, I'll give you 2 dice for that, sure.
The things you heard from the trash goblins.
Yes, in the trash.
Does that make sense?
The trash man. The trash goblin. Trash man. Garbage. Trash. It's just like, I heard you these saying.
Just roll the dice.
There was these monsters.
Roll the fucking dice.
What?
Roll your damn dice.
I'm sorry.
2 successes.
I'm sorry.
You have heard some stories of strange creatures or gods or spirits like being able to cause nightmares. You know, that's like a thing that you've heard about, but you don't know enough to really say like, oh, it's definitely this thing. But you have heard a lot of legends of like creatures like fairies or gods or spirits that are able to like influence like dreams and nightmares. So that might kind of clue you in that this is definitely something that's very supernatural. And it's definitely being like controlled by someone. Like it's not like these people like randomly saw like nightmares or random nightmare creatures out of nowhere, because
that's a game.
It makes more sense to you that like it would be someone who's creating these things, like something is causing these things to happen. It's not just like an illusion that is appearing on the water. You know, it's something that is supernatural is causing these things to happen, but you don't know exactly like what.
You know, I think these are just people, but then again, can't really say considering, look, we're a bunch of, so I don't know what to say. I've heard these sort of things before around the world. And when I say around, I mean the Blessed Isles and back where Master Awesome used to hang out. A lot of tales from the trash man over there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at them and go like, think you can do your sneaky shit? Maybe tail one of them?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat?
Oh, I said, do you think you can do one of your sneaky shit? Tail one of them?
I'll attempt to do that. Sure.
If you can get into the private rooms without being caught, that would be awesome.
Or sometimes you have actually seen, like, it is possible for them to be walking around on the ship if they leave the room, because they don't always stay in the private room. But like,
that's what I was thinking. I was basically just thinking, like, okay, he has that shadowy trick, like,
yeah, he can like wait around, like he can hide in general, and just like if he sees one of them, he can just like follow them, because they leave the room sometimes.
Yeah. So basically,
in the future.
Or you could try to break into the private rooms, but those are like magically sealed, so that'd be a little more difficult. But you could try that too. It's not impossible to get into the locked rooms, but it's without the key. But you could technically do it
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't want to be like I'm like doing the air of caution thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to just bust down the door and like
Yeah.
start
Okay.
pressing spills. Like,
But I assume, yeah, you kind of go off and start looking for some kind of target.
mhm. And like the kids with the swords are like, huh, they were mentioned, so
Right. Okay.
it has something to do with this.
That seems really cool. Okay. So I'm guessing Sun would go off to do that. You like leave your mother in the room while she's asleep. So I can totally do something with that.
Oh,
But-
lovely! How adorable of you guys.
But for now, I'm
We're
gonna.
all adults here who want to.
I do actually want to go. Let Mist sort of have a moment at least, and so I'm gonna cut to. We cut to this moment where we see you doing sort of this like not very intensive training. It's basically just Scarlet is actually she's actually training with you, so it's not like she's just like standing over you and being like do 50 push-ups. She's like actually like working out with you and like helping you work out. So she's actually like working. She's actually very good at training. So she's like trying to train you and like match everything to your skill level so that you don't like overexert yourself. Like she's very skilled at this sort of thing. So she's training you in like this very like efficient and like well thought out way where she's like, okay, so you have to do like she's teaching you how to work out and she's doing it with you and she's like doing it at a pace that you can actually handle. She's not like just like drill sergeanting you into death.
Mhm.
She's like, because she understands that your body is somewhat like delicate to a degree. So she's like, okay, so we'll start slow and we can build up and you can feel like this wind on your back. And this is probably one of the, I mean, you've obviously done like a lot of physical work before, but this is probably like one of the first times that you've had like actual like focus exercise. And you can kind of feel this breeze on your back as she's like teaching you how to like push down and like push yourself up and like do these like very basic like exercises on the deck. And you can also see Topaz like while this is happening like running like laps around the deck as well. So like everyone's you guys are all like working out at the same time and Scarlet's like on the floor doing like push-ups and she's doing them a bit faster, but she's trying to like encourage you to like, no, you can do it. Come on. You know, she's encouraging you while you're doing your workout, but she doesn't want you to like do more than you think you can. And she's like, if you get too tired, you could stop. Don't push yourself. And she's like, you know, getting you some like water and like food and stuff so that you can like eat that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some glorious food right here.
Did you have any kind of particular like training that you wanted to like have her work through with you? Because like she's doing a lot of like basic athletics exercises. What was the other stuff that you wanted to like train? Because I remember you writing it to me here, so we can kind of go through a little bit more of a montage with like some other stuff.
Basic strength, athletics.
Yeah, strength. So she's helping you build like muscle and strength.
Throwing.
Yeah, throwing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then there's the more tactical things.
Do you still have your
But
your dagger with you? Do you still have those, or do you just have like the sword? Because I remember you had like knives and stuff, or do you not have them?
she should be practicing with the sword.
Right. Okay. No, but I meant
Yeah,
I remember like back when you had your old character. I don't know if you ever had like knives or anything like that you used, or like what weapons you used before.
No, she's got a knife.
Okay.
Well.
So yeah, like what I'm saying is like she would train you how to like throw the knife.
That's not a knife.
But I think she would do it in this very like esoteric way. Like she'd be like, okay, don't focus on your target, focus on the wind guiding your blade. Because that's the way she throws it. She throws it using like basically cheats when she throws hers. Because she's like, you can't focus on throwing. You have to let the wind guide you. And you know, this way that she's teaching you is like very specific to how she throws it. But at the same time, she's not entirely like teaching you in a way that's like impractical. But her approach to like throwing things is a lot more like Jedi, like you have to trust the Force kind of shit. She's not saying like,
and that's when Storm comes up and
Yeah.
like, that's not bullshit. Just and she's like more physical, like
just heave it, like. But yeah, the way Scarlett's teaching you to throw it, it's more like she's trying to teach you to focus, more than like she's teaching you how to like physically throw the object. She's trying to teach you how to aim it.
Throw it with
like,
finesse.
Yeah. Yeah, because she basically guides all of her weapons with like wind. So she's saying like you have to guide the weapon, but you obviously can't. Like you could still actually do that if you got a charm, but that's kind of the way she's teaching you how to do it. Is like she's teaching you like the technique and not like the actual like physical method of like doing it. She's teaching you her technique. So like she's teaching you like that charm that she has where she can just like throw it and do the thing, but you don't actually have the fit, like you don't have that technique memorized, so like you don't understand it right away, but that's kind of where she's leading you to go. She's like teaching you, okay, this is how you would try to focus and you would throw like this way, and she's kind of teaching you different like motions and timing and things like that.
I'm just like, I could teach you how to throw that sword.
Yeah, but that's the way she's teaching you. And then you had what else? Sorry.
Melee, and she's also going with a specialty for swords as well, which sort of trains up with it.
Okay, so I can definitely imagine you do have this sequence where, you know, Scarlet like gets out her spear, obviously, and then you have your sword, and she's like sparring with you, but she's doing it very slowly so that you can sort of learn the techniques, and she's teaching you how to use a sword because she also knows how to use swords, but she's just specialized in spears. And she's trying to show you like basic katas and like techniques and things like that. She's teaching you like very basic stuff because she knows that you're not skilled. So she's teaching you like very basics, but she's also giving you like practical training. But she knows that you're not at the level where you can like spar with her like full out. So she's kind of like sparring with you, but she's moving in her motions like very slowly so that you can kind of get a feel for how to swing the sword and how to like block and how to do all these things. And she's kind of taking it, and she's like, okay, now we'll speed up. So you go like normal speed, and then she's like, okay, now I'm actually going to try to hit you. So she like comes at you like, you know, like in a certain way, and she's expecting to see like if you block. So I'm actually going to have her roll, and we'll do like a little thing because like at some point she actually like comes at you like actually trying to hit you, and she's like, okay, now I'm actually going to try to hit you. So she like charges forward with the spear and like tries to like stab through your chest, basically. Like she looks like she's serious, like she's actually going to try to like kill you. And I'll just have her roll like a basic pool of like her normal pool, so like 8 dice. I forgot to do the thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So she has 4 successes. And your parry is, at this point, I can look it up actually because I would have it on your sheet. Because she's trying to teach you how to parry. So your parry is, you have a parry of like 2. So what you actually can do is, I think you actually have enough of an excellency where you can boost that up because, or actually no, your melee isn't high enough yet where you can boost it. But I think you can dodge it if you use charms and such like that. Because I know you got dodge charms now.
Yeah, I gotta remember I did it in like alphabetical order at top.
Yeah, this one actually raises your evasion like directly, which is pretty good. Which basically you don't need to use the initiative cost here, so it would be just the moat cost. So that would increase your evasion. What's your like evasion currently? Because
evasion currently, I'm not sure whether it's on that sheet.
It's on the character part.
On here, it's evasion 3.
Yeah, so So actually, all you would need to do is use that one charm, and then you'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
So you would just need to basically flavor that, and then you can kind of describe how you're avoiding it. So like she's charging like right at you, and you obviously aren't quick enough to react with your sword, but your body is fast enough to react. So what does that look like when you're using your charm?
Let's see.
Yeah, if
Oh,
you're
I'm
talking.
just marking the mode off.
Oh, okay, sure.
As well.
No problem. I was just asking what it looks like when you dodge, because you would avoid it.
Well, as she uses a charm, she's going to allow her up.
Right. Okay. A little bit, because I think
Which,
even if you do like one mote, you can like flare something a little bit, so you'd have like a little bit of a burst of like something.
Yeah. But as I changed the sort of anima recently,
right, you changed it, so it's developing more. Yeah, it's growing.
But yeah, her anima flares up somewhat, and Scarlet would be able to make it out as a sort of figure.
Right.
And that is sort of slithering like backwards and around, bobbing and weaving.
Yeah.
And mist is sort of, falling, it's sort of like coming off a body like a shadow almost.
Right. So
it almost seems like it's pulling her in a direction.
That's really
so
cool.
Like sort of moving with it.
Yeah. All this is making me think of is like Beyblade, where they have like the like the little Beyblades, and then they have this giant thing over them, and it's like mimicking those movements. So I'm imagining like this like snake kind of like moving around, and you see Mist just like moving like slicking backward, but the spear moves like sideways like near her, and Scarlet's just like huffing as she finishes this stroke, and she's like, and she pulls the spear back.
The spear swipes across at her, and she totally pulls a Luke.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you do that. I was imagining you just kind of like slipping backward, but
and then she falls on her ass.
Do the whole boom, Matrix thing. No, so she like pulls the spear back to her side.
Yeah, but the punchline is she falls on her ass because she's not that good.
Right. So like she pulls the spear back, and she was like, "You're more slippery than I would have thought. That's actually kind of impressive. If I can teach you to focus that, you might actually be a pretty decent fighter. Maybe."
Yes, we can hope.
We'll get there, don't worry. I'll have you fighting like a pro in just a week or two.
If you say so.
I've heard you learn quickly. She kind of chuckles a little bit. At least that's what your teacher told me.
Yes, but that is usually reading from textbooks.
I have a few manuals lying around, some combat manuals. They have like you know, if you've ever seen these like military, like they have these like sword manuals they used to have in like the medieval era, or they would show you different techniques. He's like, I have a few of those lying around in the storage. I could check if they brought them on board if you want.
That
Down at the bottom
would
of the
be
ocean.
most beneficial.
Cool. Like so she tells
It
Topaz,
wouldn't
she's like,
exactly train my body, but
yeah.
it would give me a general idea of techniques.
Yeah, I think like as she's going down the steps, she like yells to Topaz. She's like, "Another one!" Like, is like keeps running like, and like he listens to her even though he's not like, but he's so used to it. He's like, okay, and I think it's weird because you can see him like his body like wanting. It's like the Devilman thing. Like he wants to run on all fours, but he just like stumbles and he goes back to running like normal. It's this really weird, like he's still trying to get used to being a lunar, so he like has this weird instinct to start like running like that, but he stops and he like goes back to normal. I'm definitely imagining that, like as
He wants to run like
he wants to do that, yeah, but he can't, so he's like,
He can, but he doesn't want to.
I guess that's a better, yeah, that actually makes more sense. He can, but he doesn't want to. That's true. He could if he believed in himself and embraced his inner leopard man.
I'll have to use somewhat the who the village elder was to taught me shit like to him. Like, eventually,
or you could just find another village because they're.
That's the plan to begin with. It was just.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, So Storm's before I cut to Sun, I actually want to have a scene where you see Mist and Scarlet coming down after their training. They're kind of hot, sweaty, that kind of thing. They're getting like towels. They're drying.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll my willpower here.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I was gonna.
I was reading you, man.
Good. Yeah, you got this.
3 successes.
Well, okay, so they're not that attractive, and they both want to kill you, so it's kind of awkward to be attracted.
So I'm just going to like look at Mist.
Well, according to the creepypasta fan base, it isn't really awkward to be attracted to something that wants to kill you.
Good point.
So I'm gonna like look at Mist and go, I thought you would have left by now.
Mist looks at her and shrugs, but doesn't really say anything.
Something happened with, I think Scarlet's the one who says it. She's like, something happened to the War Strider. It's not working. I checked the fuel tank and it's empty.
Yes.
Welcome to hell.
Your men told them about them going up about a hunt. They went up.
A wild hunt? Is that what they said?
That's what I assumed.
I told them we were going to have peace. God damn it. Let me talk to them. Hold on. She goes over. She talks to them.
Do like grab her shoulder. That's important now. Something happened to them.
Something happened to them? I mean, this is all what Melise and the other, they've been telling me things are happening on this ship. I couldn't care less. My brother's here. That's what I care about.
And what have they been telling you that's been happening?
Some stuff with, I don't know, creatures on the ship. But it's probably just nonsense, superstition. Maybe they're seeing things. I don't know. That's why I want to ask if we have witnesses.
Yeah, the thing is, these witnesses, like, conveniently don't remember what they saw, so...
Well, I just want to know what they were looking for.
I talked to them beforehand. They were apparently brought up by that other dragon blood.
You mean
you had? Yeah.
Well, if what she was telling me was true, she's probably looking for some creatures roaming the ship. Trying to
I
remember.
think she found them.
I'm trying to remember what the heck like they're called normally. If they're because
Oh,
I don't
Rick.
remember if they're I don't remember if they're called. Oh, they're Raksha. That's right.
Yeah, I was
she
gonna
just,
say
I think she was
Raksha.
looking for. Yeah, she was. I was trying to figure out though because I was like, I don't think they're called fair folk normally by like people, but I think Raksha works. So she's like, yeah. I think she said she was going to look for some Raksha, and then you're like, oh yeah, they found them.
I'm just saying. I guess I have to roll a cult for that.
Well, it would be lore actually. So it's not.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
like, but he was
That's-
trying to roll to see if he knew about like what was affecting them.
Yeah.
But if you're trying
my
to
lore is also 0, so
okay. Well, your intelligence I know isn't very good, but if you want to
Yeah.
roll it, we can try here.
yeah.
But
I'll roll
you
my
can
two
still
dice.
you can still stunt it if you want to try to get a better chance. Like where are you drawing the knowledge from?
I think I'm gonna draw the knowledge from my like childhood look shy, like
Yeah, like what you've
kind of
heard.
just have
Yeah.
like sailors, not soldier stories, like
Yeah. Okay,
like,
that's fair.
basically like those times in the taverns when you're like
hmm
overhear shit like that, like
Yeah, sure. That I'll give you 2 dice for that. That's fair.
alright. Got 30-10 now.
Okay, 2 successes is pretty good. Yeah, basically that the soldiers will often go out into the reason. Well, I don't know if you know this specifically, but out of character, the reason it's called a wild hunt is because originally they would go like hunting near the wild, like where the Raksha were. So it's kind of evolved over time into hunting other creatures and monsters. But like the reason they organize these hunts is to hunt things like this, like fairies and monsters and morphing creatures and things like that. And they would often tell stories of these, not just lunars, but like other shape-shifting, like monstrous creatures or weird things that are in like the wilderness. And so you would conflate that with like, oh, if they're talking about like these like things in this wild hunt, that maybe something's on the ship that like is related to these creatures that are like hunted around, not necessarily around Lookshy, but around the east in general, or around the world, or around where people don't want to go, basically.
So
And I want to clarify for a fact, that wouldn't be other lunars, because if there were other lunars, you would probably know.
yeah,
So there's some other creature.
I was actually tempted to go like, oh, there's another lunar.
Yeah, but I think you'd be able to rule that out, so it's something else.
So there's some shape-shifting monster.
Some of them shapeshift. Some of them just hide in the woods. But if they're on this ship, they could be wearing. They could be trying to
There was
hide.
one of those kids, I think, or they saw one of those kids who had the swords.
Oh, you mean the ones that were with that girl?
Yeah. I'm having Sun look into it. But just be on guard.
You mean, I think like every time you say sun, she's like, you mean Azure?
Yeah. Alright. Habit.
Because she's not used to the name, so she's like, wait, son, you mean Azure, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I respect his choice to change his name.
Yeah, exactly. I respect his gender or his choice to change his name or whatever. I don't care.
I didn't really change my gender, guys. I'm still a guy.
Technically, Scarlet was the
change
one who
it.
changed her gender, but that's a whole nother. She originally was trying. She just pulled a Mulan, basically.
Yeah.
So that. Anyway.
Just like figuring out what the fuck is she?
Right, because I remember we had the whole thing was there was this joke whether she was a guy or a girl at the start, so I kind of was playing around with that.
Oh, Scarlett, there's something I also need to ask you in private.
She kind of gives you like a weird look, like, oh, my room's right here. We can talk if you
All right.
need to. she goes into the room, and I'll show you like I had a concept picture. This is actually like one of the rooms in the White House, but it's kind of like what I was basing the design off of for her room. So I'll put it in the actual like Discord real quick because I want everyone else to see it too.
Out of character, or
Yeah, the out of character.
okay.
So it kind of looks like this.
Ooh.
Where she has all these like she has like a little side table and she has all the portraits of like her family, and like it's a very sort of regal sort of room, and she kind of has you know these like different like teas and things that she set up, like so she supports some tea, and she asked you if you want any.
Sure. I'm not
Um,
used to drinking it, but
She pours you some tea and kind of just sits down like on one of the couches.
I imagine Storm's like sits down and she kind of just like
It's
Yeah.
actually I am gonna make you roll again because the next thing that she does is she starts like taking off her armor. And
all right.
She's like drinking this tea and she's just like laying on the couch and she's like, you know,
2 successes.
okay, that's all, you know. But yeah, she's basically like now she's like in her like more or she's wearing like an undershirt and she's kind of just laying on the couch like sipping tea and she's kind of looking at you, and she's like waiting for you to speak like.
Okay, so I'm going to do something like if there's like a pen or like paper anywhere, I'm
Yeah,
just
she
going.
has like a desk where
Yeah.
they're writing materials because she's been writing letters and stuff.
So I'm just going to like move one of them over, and I'm gonna like say like can you tell me more about Topaz? And I'm going to write. So what was with the dog thing? And then I'm gonna write that to her like
Okay, so like,
because I am sure someone is listening in.
right, okay. So do you want her to like? Because she actually, because I will point that I gave her new charms specifically for stuff like this. She has linguistics charms. I can see if this would help her in this situation because she has one that gives her like special writing abilities. She can like read really fast. So as soon as you like as soon as you do this, she like reads it like instantly and she like nods at you like
I don't
awkwardly
know if
like
it's
she gives
like a
you
role for me to be subtle about this.
no she can read it really fast. So she gives you this like really awkward look, but she's like nodding. And she like kind of signals like oh grab me a paper.
Yeah, I will do that.
She like basically like writes to you like and she's writing like really like you notice that she's writing like not necessarily like super quickly, but she's like trained at writing. So she's like writing like really elegantly and she has this very like deliberate like brush stroke. You know, if you get what I mean, like she has this like training with writing that you know how to write, but she knows how to do like calligraphy. Is what I'm that's like the difference. So she's like basically in fact she has the specific subcharm is called elegant calligraphy method. So she like writing this like really elegant note and she writes it back to you. So she has basically really fancy handwriting.
Yeah.
And she hands it back to you and she said she basically writes in the note like in more complex terms, but she's basically explaining like, oh, Miss blackmailed me.
Okay, and I'm going to go.
Or actually, she says like Daphne blackmailed me, but like you would know that that's Miss Teacher.
Just thinking like I'm gonna like write back like, is there anything you want me to do about it?
And I think she just like I imagine you like tossing this paper back and forth. And she catches it and she's like writes on the back. She's like, no.
I'm just like,
And I think she keeps writing. She's like, "This is my honor. I'll fix this." And she throws it back to you. And you run out of space on them, so you have to get another piece of paper.
I mean, I think that at that point I'll just go very well. And
What was this about Topaz? She like pretends like. I think it's funny. I actually imagine you're having this conversation like while you're writing, so like this conversation's happening at the same time. So
well,
like while she's writing, she's asking you like, "So what's this about Topaz?"
I never really got to know him like in his adult life. I know Topaz the child, but
Oh, well, he's very direct. Nobody at the academy wanted to. Nobody at the base wanted to train him, and I decided that he was worth at least giving a chance. He has a good. Forgive me for saying this. She like kind of he stops her pen for a. He has a nice physique. She's trying to sound like dignified about describing that he's not necessarily attractive, but just that he has a good body.
Mhm.
A an effect of your genes, no doubt.
I'm sure. I wish I'd known where my genes come from, but I am actually going to go. So you have
Comes
a
from the
crush on him, and I'm going to kind of. I don't like kind of manipulate things. I guess like.
No, you're not trying to like. Well, so are you going to read intentions, or do you not want to?
Yeah, I kind of want to find out like her
Okay, so
intimacy.
that's perception social. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That is.
It's a good question. So you want to find out. So just to clarify, you want to find out what she thinks about Topaz.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually have that written, so we would. Yeah, I could tell you once you roll. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
4
So
successes.
how many?
4 successes.
Oh boy. Okay, let me see if she can avoid telling you. Hold on. Because she can maybe boost her stuff. So I have to check. Because I know she has. So okay, she's not strong enough to boost it. So, so you have a crush on him, and she like doesn't actually like it's not. Because I want to clarify, this isn't like a tsundere thing she's doing when she says "hell no," like, but she means it. Like she's not like, "Oh no," not like that. No, she like looks at you in the eye. She like, and she's like very serious, like, "Hell no."
No.
And no, but she's very direct about like, "No, I don't like him." Like she straight up says that. I think she like tells you like, "No, I actually don't like him," and he flunked all my training. I decided to only show up half the time. The only reason he's half a man that he is now is because, well, I beat it into him.
I was like, oh, he's like the Jaden of fucking.
Basically, yeah. That's she doesn't like him at all.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you or anything like that. He's my brother. I'm trying to look out for him.
You should
understand.
A very strange.
But yeah, I wrote
manner,
her intimacy as she dislikes Topaz.
All right.
Fuck no! What the fuck?
I'm gonna say like I didn't mean to like throw any insults your way. Just he's my brother, and
no. Just because you're good looking doesn't mean he is. I mean,
wait, no. Actually, no, she doesn't say that. But that's actually pretty funny. But
I mean, before Lightning came up, I did ship Storm.
I did too. I was definitely shipping them for a little bit because that was what the ship was at the time. Like it was popular. I was gonna say, what she says is, well, even considering that he's not the worst soldier I've seen ever, but I've also seen better. And I think at that point is when she finishes the letter.
Mm-hmm.
I will clarify. Normally, she'd have to roll to like write all this stuff, but she's not trying to like change your mind or like convince you of anything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm basically gonna say, well, I didn't mean to like insult with what I said what I asked. I was just being a concerned sister. You should know what that's like, right?
I think like you see her like playing with the bottom of her hair, like and like tugging it a bit, like she's like frustrated at hearing you say that.
I actually want to roll something to like make her feel kind of guilty.
Okay, yeah, that would be you can because it's a separate action. Okay, so is that like well, what? So tell me what you're doing, in more detail.
I'm basically like kind of guilt tripping her for what she's been doing to her brother, like
kind
of like hunting him and then forcing him to marry someone that he doesn't even know, like.
But I would want to know. So, are you trying? What are you trying? How are you trying to? What do you? What's the end goal of like? Are you trying to lower her intimacy? Or are you trying to change?
I'm trying to
her?
like maybe shift her intimacy a bit, like
make her realize that like, oh yeah, Azure is her brother, and even though
like
you hate
kind of
him,
like
you have to like accept that he's your brother, and that you have to treat him like a sister, and you can't just treat him like you're gonna murder him.
Yeah, siblings look out for each other.
Right. I actually really like that. Okay. So you might be able to change her mind. Okay, that's cool. I'll allow it. Sure, I have to check on the rules on that though, because I have a chart for that now, so I can actually look to see if that's if you'll just give me a moment, I have to pull up the cheat sheet.
I also just realized my my favorite for storms is different because we were using the old one for.
Yeah, if you need to change it, go ahead.
Yeah, I just need to see. Okay, with charisma and wits. Okay.
Yeah, because charisma is probably what you're not lying to her, so I think it's charisma is what you'd be using here. But I did want to ask, so like, can you elaborate on like you started with that, but are you going to say anything further?
Let's see. Did I say like siblings look out for each other? Like
no, like I'm saying in character. So I'm assuming in character you're saying all this. Yeah, you're saying.
Yeah, like
okay. You were just describing your argument to me, so I was just assuming you say all that in character as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think she's trying to argue back against you. She's like, no, he's different. You don't understand. He's not. We were close, but he's changed, and now we can't. And like she's trying to argue against what you're saying, but like you can tell that like deep down she might actually believe that you're right. This is going to be persuade. Wait, no, it's actually inspire. That's what it is. I think you want to think. Oh no, it's okay. Here it is. No, it's actually instill. That's what it's called. Yes, I have it here. It's instill because you're trying to. Let's see. Is this a minor for her? No, this one was a. Okay, no, that's interesting. So you want to change her intimacy, basically. Right. And then okay, so the interesting thing here is you presenting evidence, so you're already doing that. And then you need to point out what intimacy you're using on her that's going to support changing her desire to like hate him, because she has stuff that goes against that as well, so it's going to be kind of conflictive because
I can use myself as like
right. So you're using yourself, and then she's also
like I've been following with Sun, so I know him.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, I understand. So like she wants to listen to what you're saying, but she also wants to kill him because he's an anathema.
Yeah.
So that's basically the kind of the conflict here. And it says apply modifier for targets relevant opposing intimacy, and then strongest relevant aligned intimacy. So basically they don't cancel out because she gets she gets -1 to her resolve and then +2. Or no, it's not. They're both minor, I think. Or no, minor is +2 and then -1. So yeah, basically she gets a +1 to her resolve because she still wants to kill him, but she's willing to listen to you about it.
Yeah.
So effectively what that means is you're going to need 4 successes.
All right.
And the roll is going to be charisma is the stat, and then the ability is, let me look at your sheet to kind of get an idea of what you could be using.
Let's see.
Because I always forget the social skills in this game because I'm playing World of Darkness. I get used to those, and then in Exalted they're different. And I get used to those, and then I can never like keep straight which one is in which game.
Like I argue bureaucracy.
No, because that's not what you're using to convince her here.
This is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, your socialize is only 1.
Yeah.
But it's not presence.
Presence.
Yeah, but it's not presence. So I think it is socialize.
All right.
Because it's the only one that works. But it is your charisma. But you can boost your charisma.
Yeah.
And then you can also argue another stat if you think that you can use another one. And I could definitely argue appearance here. If you want to use your excellency. Because, like you said, she wants to listen to you. And part of that is because she's not necessarily attracted to you. But
yeah, I'm not going to do my appearance because that's worse than my charisma.
No, but I'm saying I give that to you as part of your stuff.
Oh, okay.
Look,
sure.
But she saw that you were a bear, and she had a teddy bear, and she likes bears, so
I don't know about that. But what I'm trying to say is that you can add up to 4 dice with your excellency is basically what I'm saying.
Sure, I'll do that, and that'll be personal, of course, because
okay.
I don't want to go like obviously low when I'm like talking to her, like.
Sure. So that means your dice pool is going to be. Let me help you calculate it. I have to go over here. Open your sheet again. So yeah, it's going to be 3 plus 1, so 4 plus 4. And then I definitely like the line of argument you're going with, so I will give you I almost want to make this like a 2-point because I really like the way that you're like, hey, listen, brother, sister, like we're actually playing with the theme here, and I actually really like it. So I'll give you an automatic success because I think this would get through to her on some level. And then you didn't spend any willpower, so you don't get willpower back. But you will get an automatic success and 2 dice.
Okay.
So you'll have 8 dice here and then 1 success.
I think that will be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 6.
Okay.
Oh, I actually have a charm that I could make.
But you needed 4, so I think you're good.
Okay. Good, because I was saying I think I can do that charm that afterwards I can. I don't know if it was afterwards.
But you are good because you got exactly what you needed. So
okay.
I'm going to change her intimacy then. And I'm going to make it major now because it wasn't major. She weakened it, so you're going to bring it back up, and it's going to change how she feels about him. What do you like? I'm going to let you have some leeway. Like, so what exactly? Because her right now is, I hate my brother for abandoning our family. So what do you think? Like, you'd want to mold it more like towards like.
I'm kind of thinking like I'm angry at my brother for leaving my family, but I want to kind of understand his point of view on it. Like,
okay. Well, I like the idea of I'm angry at him, but he's my brother.
Yeah, okay, that works. Then.
Like that makes more sense based on like what you're arguing. It's like, it's that she hates him for what he did, but she can't forget like who he is. Because she still has memories of them as like children, where he didn't run away and they were friendly with each other and like, all that. So that's kind of what you're drawing out of her right now. She's like, I wanted to kill my brother, but he's actually not really that bad.
Yeah, just bringing up all those childhood memories.
No, it burns.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm angry at Azure, but he's still my brother. Family, yeah.
Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten.
You left me behind, damn it. She's crying, like. I don't think she'd start crying, but I can definitely imagine her getting like emotional when you bring all this up, and she's like laying on the couch, and she's not like crying, but she's like screaming into her pillow almost, like she's like, "You shouldn't leave him behind," and she's like, "He left me behind."
Ohana. Bitch.
And I was so angry at him that I
Really?
cut off his arm.
I was left behind by my brother too. I know how it feels. He left to join the military.
I didn't go over and freaking rip his arm off though. Intact, he's still fine. We were attacking each other because he was a soldier and I was a lunar. He was like, well, you're lunar, well, so, and then he said, oh, okay, well, still, like, we didn't kill each other. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stop interrupting. I like this scene.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's actually really interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
no, because I like that she's like, you, like, she understands that, like, you actually understand her, and like, you're not just saying, oh, you're stupid, but like, oh, like, you actually understand how she feels, but like, she's just way more emotional about it than you are. Like, when her brother left, it like destroyed her whole life, and that's why she wanted to like kill him, because she was so angry at him for leaving.
So I'm just gonna like put my hand on her shoulder and go, loved ones can't always be there for you. Either they move on, or in one way or the other, they leave us. Can't hold negative feelings towards them for it.
I guess you have a point. And he did decide to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that, honestly. She's laughing a little bit.
Food. Check confirmed.
Anyway, I think like moving from that, I actually do want to have a son. I want you to kind of set up like you do actually. You're down on the lower deck, and you do see one of these doors like opening for the room, like the restricted rooms that.
Actually, one quick thing.
Okay, one more thing. Before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, you should have a talk to your brother and your mother. Like, I'm sure they would love your company.
I'll think about it. She's like blushing a little bit.
Thanks for the tea, and then I'm just gonna.
Okay, you're gonna.
I'm obviously gonna take notes and such, and like.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably like.
And Mist is still like. And so yeah, before I cut away, then I can just imagine Mist like thumbing through these books, like because they showed you a bunch, like a crate full of like books, Mist. So I just imagine you're like picking out books and like looking at like pictures of inside of them, like flipping through them to make sure like which ones would work for you or whatever. And then we cut to Sun. So you're in sort of the lower deck area where your rooms are, and you see one of the like the door opening for the actual like the VIP room as you're like kind of patrolling down there. So like I'm just mostly asking like how do you morph into like okay I have to hide mode. Because this is where you would actually have to like roll and stuff. So I'm more wondering like what does it look like when you like actually start to like hide?
What's the location look like?
Well, so you're in the hallway, right where your room is, and so there are three doors that are like where the rooms are, and then there's like this smaller door, so it's like a small hallway, right? And then like the walls themselves are more like metallic, and the actual like floor is more like wooden or like kind of sheened. So it has like this strange, like sort of futuristic look to it almost. Like the entire ship kind of looks like that. It's sort of like kind of
It's from the
sci-fi.
future.
Yeah, it's sort of like sci-fi looking almost. Like from our perspective, yeah. Like from our perspective, it would look more like a spaceship. Just so you have an idea of like what this ship looks like. Like the inside of it looks more like a shuttle or a spaceship than it does like what you would expect from like a cruise ship. Because it's actually more of like a sci-fi vehicle, in a sense. So that's sort of what the general layout kind of looks like. And this hallway in particular is kind of tight. Where the doors are, and then it kind of opens out into a larger area where there the stairs are that go up to the next floor. So it's actually like a really tight hallway where there's just like the rooms, and then there's the one door that goes into the VIP room, and that's the door that you see like opening. So it's like down here if you see
so
like where the rooms are, it's like this hallway here.
So it's around here that I am.
Yeah.
I'm saying around. There's not much around.
Well, there's the door to your room, which you actually still have the key for. So technically, there's that.
Like any objects around in that area.
Not really very many objects. There are things that like produce light, not like lamps, but like they're like wall fixtures. And I don't think there'd be like railings on the walls, but it's sort of like the walls are probably would have things on them that you could like climb on. Like the light fixtures you could probably climb up. But you wouldn't be able to like climb on the ceiling unless you could like stick to the wall. Because it's kind of like smooth.
Do I have a spider monkey thing?
What? Sorry?
Monkeys.
I heard something about spider monkeys.
I heard spider monkey also.
Like spider climb or whatever.
Oh, you have your charm that spider climb or something like that?
No, I don't think you have that one. Because I know what you're talking about. I don't think you have that one.
I think it wasn't like an ability or like not exactly charm.
What do you mean?
Like didn't I have like something called like danger sense or something like that?
Yeah, you have danger sense.
Danger sense.
It's a merit.
Mm-hmm. It just alerts you if there's an ambush coming your way.
Yeah, you can. That's why you're able to see this before it happens. Like you sense that they're coming through the doorway. So you have enough time to react. Like before they get through the door, you can actually like do stuff.
It was the other one, I guess. Huh. Okay, so.
What? Sorry?
I'm thinking behind the door.
You're gonna move like behind the door?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
like,
sure.
Silently, but quickly as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can move really quickly because you're the solar, obviously. But behind.
What is the silently like?
So is it like behind? Is it behind your door, like the door to your room, or is it behind the door that's moving?
It's moving.
Oh, okay, so
Like,
they're gonna open the. Oh, I'm loving this. So they're gonna open the door, and then you're just gonna move with the door, like, and then hide behind it when it's open. It's actually really weird, but I love it.
It's like Oh, there's no one here.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, huh?
What was that?
Huh? What was that? Just like
Okay. So let me just figure out what their pool is to find you, and then you're gonna roll your stealth. I'll give you 2 dice for that because that's pretty neat.
okay. I think of using like perfect shadow stillness. Can I use that?
Right. Okay. Let me check because that would help you here. I think I have to look at the charm because you have it here now, so I can look. Perfect shadow stillness was trying to find it. Oh, here we go. Boop. Oh, reroll stealth, keeping 10s. Oh, wait, is that what it does? What page is that on?
But the perfect shadow stillness.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right
4 or
now.
5.
Oh, okay, I got it. Blah. Allows a reroll of any stealth-based action, preserving the 10s. Oh, okay, yeah. So yes, you can. It costs you willpower though, and emote, but you can do it.
Okay.
So just spend that. Anything else you want to do?
What else can I like do?
Oh, you can use your excellency. Take the willpower off for you.
I did it.
I
'Cause
don't think I spent my excellently.
your excellency here would be because you have Dex 4 and then stealth is 3, so that means your excellency can go up to 7.
Hmm. 7.
And you spent the mote already
gonna-
for the other charm, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You said 1 mote or how much?
Yeah, it's 1 mote. Yeah, for the.
Okay. 1 personal
Yeah, 1 personal. Okay.
and 4 peripheral to for my excellency.
Okay, sure. And then you spend 1 for the charm too. If you didn't do that already. And then 4 peripheral, you said, so that'll be 18. Okay.
18.
Oh, did you have 26 before? Or 20? You had 26 before?
22. Did I have some good before? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So you go from 22 to 18. That's what I was saying. Oh, wait. You would be at 30 because we already said that you would have refreshed your essence because you slept.
So this would be 16 and this would be
Yeah, and then that would be 26.
15.
Okay.
Okay.
Figured that out. Okay, so yeah, you can so what you're gonna
How
do
much do I have now?
is you have 7 and then you did 5. Or no, you did 5. So then that's going to be that is 13, and then you get to re-roll it.
13 dice?
Yeah. Oh, 15 because stunt. So 15 dice.
15, okay.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna look up this thing to see if it can spot you.
Ooh. I got to roll 3 10s.
Okay. And then you get to roll that again to see if you do any better. But you roll basically. No, you don't re-roll the 10s. You re-roll everything but the 10s.
Yeah, so you keep the 10s and reroll everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that it's the reverse of what you just did.
We're playing Yahtzee here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I also rolled the 8?
No, you re-roll everything. So basically it's just
so you just roll 12.
You roll 12, yeah.
Okay. So I include the 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you include everything.
Oh, bugger.
Okay, so
Oh, that's
that's yeah, because that's gonna be 1, 2, 3 10 or 4 tens. So um that's 8, and then you have 1, 2, so that's 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 successes.
Oh my.
How much do you
Holy
need for a
shit.
crit?
What? Sorry. Well, it's not it's contested.
Oh, okay.
And there's no crit in this game. That's actually a pretty normal amount for like a solar, though. So that
All
might
right,
seem
sorry. I'm
impressive,
used
but like,
to still, so.
yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. The microphone fell.
Oh, it's okay. I just have to look up this guy's thing because I have it somewhere else. I didn't put it on the Roll20 yet, so I have to go. I have to go put it.
Mhm.
I have to go grab it. I think it's this one. If it's not, it's this one. So I'll look on my notes. Because I put their stats like in my notes and not like in the Roll20 because I figured they would just be like quick NPCs.
Can't lose a skill check if they don't have any stats.
No, oh wait, no. This is no, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's why I was like, they wouldn't be in there. They're in here. I was looking at the wrong folder.
Hmm.
No, they actually do have stats, but they don't have full stats. Like they're like,
Mhm.
I statted out what was relevant and I didn't really stat anything else. Let's see, because I think I have them here, right? If not, I think they're on the other. Oh no, they're in the other book, the other section. Right. Okay, it's this one. Session 3, I think, is where I put them because they were in that one, or they were going to be in there. Here we go. Is it here? Probably should have organized. Okay, no, I found them. Okay. So this guy, where's his? Oh, okay. Yes. So you can't really see him when he comes out, but it's the one with the little rabbit ears. He sort of just like moves out into the hallway and he's like walking with his, sort of this side. And he's going to he actually has 11 dice here. So he's going to use those to try to find you. So I will roll that. And I don't know if he's going to get it. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's only 6. So he doesn't see you immediately. That's good. So he kind of walks out of the he walks out into the hallway and he starts moving up the stairs.
I follow him silently.
Sure.
I'm pretty much going all like
Yeah.
That's just like crouching and like
moving like as he's moving around, you like hide behind something and then yeah.
For some reason, I'm just imagining you doing the grunt thing, like dun dun dun.
I pull out a freaking a cardboard box with like a sticker of an anime girl.
Of course.
From Metal Gear Solid 5.
Of course.
Peace. Freaking pauses in there for some reason.
So
stickers.
What you notice is that he goes all the way up to the just moving forward here. He moves all the way up to like the captain's quarters, and he like goes inside to where Whitefin is. And there's nobody really else on the deck at this point, so it's just he's kind of alone. I mean, the mechanics are probably still there working on the War Strider, but they don't really seem to mind that he's there. He goes into the captain's quarters, and you're like, oh, how are you? So how are you in the captain's quarters when he doesn't see you? Like, how are you? Like, where are you in the room where he doesn't see you still? Like, you move into the room with him, but he doesn't see you. So how is that happening? Like, physically?
How is the captain quarter?
So essentially, it's like a small room. There's like some tables. So I'm imagining like you're hiding under a table or something because like the room is kind of small. So like the only thing I can imagine is that like as he's opening the door, maybe you just like dive underneath a table. And or like crawl underneath a table or something because it's basically like a really small room and like there's controls like on all the sides and then there's like tables.
I was gonna start like a bar.
Like a bar. What do you mean, like a bar?
Thinking like one of those drinking bars.
That's in the other deck. In the captain's quarters, there's
Okay.
like a bar.
You don't want your captain reaching.
Tables for some reason.
But I am definitely imagining you could like dive underneath one of her tables or like hide underneath something.
He's the
I'm
potted
thinking
plant.
of become a PUD plant. they just
Okay.
go.
Sure.
Nah, I'm thinking like crawling underneath like chairs to like crawl it.
Yeah. Okay.
Tables.
So
If there's like a lower part to this thing, like I would like attempt to like hide underneath that.
right.
There's like there's not around
Right.
like imagine I don't know where I'm getting this. I'm like thinking Star Wars, but it's not. I'm also thinking of something else that's part like there's windows down below. I'm not sure how this looks.
Right. I get you.
So I'm gonna like hiding down there.
Okay.
Like it was almost like a shadow.
So so they start talking and so he kind of has a conversation with Finn and you can overhear them. And he's saying to her, "So what exactly are you planning on doing? Are you going to actually take them back to the mainland?" And Finn's like, "Well, we made an agreement, didn't we? We have to go back." The Madrix doesn't want them to go back, so we're going to need you to turn the ship around. And she's saying, like, well, if we do that, then they'll obviously stop us. You know, they were able to destroy that machine out there. They could probably flip this ship if they wanted to. We don't know that. And if they try anything, we'll just cut them down. It's not going to be a problem. I'm just telling you what Madrix told me. We need to stop them from getting back. If we keep them on the ship, then we have the advantage. If we let them escape, then we aren't going to get this chance again. And for right now, we can't guarantee that they'll agree to bring her with them. So until then, we'll have to keep them here. Well, there's no way they'd agree to that. Not yet. But in time, they won't have any choice. This is very, very dangerous. We can't go against these people. They are beyond what you could ever expect. They can do the impossible. And he sort of not really like makes any kind of movement, but he sort of reaches for his sword slightly. So can I, dear. And Finn just sort of kind of looks nervous. And he's trying to like kind of get behind her and like look towards her face. What exactly do they know? How much do they know? We can still fool them, can't we? And he kind of is like trying to determine what she knows. So I'm going to roll for that as well. Let's see, that would be I think 12. Okay. 12.
That's good.
Thank you.
That is 1, 2. Yeah. That would. Yeah. So essentially, he kind of, again, because he has his hand on his sword and he's like peeking over like to look at her face, and she's kind of just on the wheel, like looking forwards. And he says to her, like, how much do they know? What do they know? And she kind of breaks a bit because she's nervous, and she says, well, I told Mist she had a sword to my throat. I wasn't. He just kind of exhales, and you see him just like very quickly, just like, and like Finn's head just like falls off her shoulders, and you see like blood like spray out of her neck. And you feel the ship like physically, because like as her body like falls over, you feel the ship like physically stop, like, and it actually comes to a halt like very fast because
Do we have to also like maintain balance?
not necessarily, but like because it's moving from like full speed to like it's like moving like very fast, like, you know, like 10, you know, like it's moving like very quickly because the engines are all on, and then it just suddenly like stops. So it's not enough that you would like fall over, but it's like enough that you're like, whoa, shit, like, you know, something just happened. And then and then kind of in this moment, everything sort of resumes, and we see him just kind of clean off the blade and sheath the sword. And he just starts to like turn around and make his way out, and you can like, and so Sun, you can see his like back as he's like moving towards the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
Well, I'm saying he's like moving to
Get out?
open the he's like moving to open the door, yeah?
Yeah. So
Okay.
What
So
are you-
I'm like going to like go like out when he like is like this is in like going to move out. Look over to the body.
Right. What
Like,
you
it's
notice
just-
what you notice about the body is that it starts to like shift, like as it's like as this blood is like pouring out. So you see these like her skin and her hands just start to morph into like these like long sort of claws and nails, and her skin starts to turn from like human color to like this sickly green color as they're like dying. So like
Oh, boy.
they're like devolving back into this like goblinoid type creature, and you can see their like clothes are starting to like bend and like rip, and they're, you know, the hair on the head is like melting into this like white mess. So it's like, you know, if you took putty and like put it out in the sun, like her skin is like melting, and like underneath it is like this weird like green like goblinoid like appearance. Like her skin is all like melting away, and you can see like this like terrifying looking like creature underneath.
Look, I look back to the door, and he's like out there. I'm assuming.
No, I mean he's so like, yeah, as you're getting out, he would be moving out into the hallway, or he'd be moving out onto the main deck. Yeah.
Let me check the main deck.
Yeah. So like the top deck, yeah.
It's just like, oh shit.
So he's
where's he?
he's heading towards the stairs.
Okay.
Like he's probably going to go to where Madrix is. And you can actually like once you get out onto the main deck, he still hasn't like he's not turning around. And you can see that the ship has like you can physically see now the ship has stopped. Like the ship isn't moving.
I'm like in my head, in like Sun says like, shit. Seems like being completely silent. And he's like, in quiet his like own like breath.
Yeah,
attempting. Like even I would say that he even covered his arm up a bit.
Right. To like deflect the glare and stuff. I mean, if you're moving in the shadows, it wouldn't like, be very bright, so. Like you're still in the shadow of the doorway at this point.
But the stone though.
What, sorry?
The stone. Oh. No.
So he's starting to move down towards the stairs.
He's going back to Madrix.
Probably, yeah. And you see him kind of start to move down the stairway into the middle of the ship.
But and he's in the middle of a ship, and he's doing what?
Well, you don't know. You can't see him now.
Feared ability, or
no? He didn't disappear. I'm saying like he's moving.
So, okay. He moved down the stairs.
Yeah, and so now you can't see him because he's out of view because he moved down the floor.
Okay, so I am going to attempt to not much, but I'll like keep my distance, but like see what he's still doing.
Okay.
After
he basically seems to be like moving between all the soldiers. He actually moves past Mist. And I where is Storms at this point? Actually, that's my question.
Which one?
I'm assuming this is like sometime after the meeting with Storms and Scarlet.
Yeah, this would be after that. So like you'd be moving out of her room, and then you feel the ship stop.
So I'm going to go like, what the fuck, and like head up deck to see what's going on. Cause
you see Sun's. Well, you can't see Sun because he's hiding.
I mean, can I roll the perception?
I don't know how you're gonna get that many successes, but you can try. Unless you move when you see Storms. I don't know if Sun would want to do that. Like if you. Actually, no. Sun would be because Sun is in that room so you move past Sun. Sorry. So no, he's not there.
All right.
Because Sun's already in the middle deck.
So yeah, I am going to head up to the captain's quarters to see what's going on.
You see the goblin body.
Fuck is that?
You can see like Whitefin's head, but it's like starting to like melt, and you see this like long nose, like sharp teeth, like thing with like, and it has like long pointed hair. Like it doesn't look like Whitefin at all, but it looks like you can see like part of her face is like melted off from it.
All right, and the ship's at a complete halt?
Yeah, the ship has stopped.
All right.
But you can just grab the wheel and it'll keep going. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you grab the wheel. Let me see how much you need to commit to it. But you'd actually need to like pour your essence into it, and then it'll go.
Okay, I think I should know if I understand that first, because
right. No, you know that in character because they would have told you about like how the ship, like basically how the ship works. Because that they brief you on that. Like, okay, well, I'm holding.
They're trying to train me to be a member of the ship.
I'm holding the wheel, so as long as I'm holding the wheel, the ship will go. Like that's what they told you. So like, basically, the concept is that as long as someone's holding the wheel and can put essence into it, then the ship will power itself. But the key is that mortal wouldn't be able to power the ship, but you obviously are lunar, so you can power the ship. I just need to see how much essence you need to.
Exalted.
I actually have it here. I just need to check again because I don't remember exactly what number it was. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
It was blah blah, and you're gonna you can. I'm assuming you could choose to put it into top speed or half speed.
No, I'm going full speed.
Okay, so you're just engines all on, go full power. Okay, got it.
Whatever did this is probably doesn't want the ship to go, so I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna bring this thing to me. So
okay, I got you. I just need to check what you have to commit to it. Let's see, shield. Okay, so you can see a bunch of controls, right? So I will explain there are different mechanisms you can activate. Essentially, the concept is you put as much essence in as you want, and there are different knobs where you can adjudicate where you want to go, because they're you start to see all the controls. I actually want you to make an intelligence craft roll here to see how fucking confused you get, or if you're just completely lost.
All right, intelligence and crafts. So
you can see this. You can see all these controls and panels and different visual boards and all these different things.
So let me roll my 2 dice for this.
Yeah, 2 dice.
Do I get anything because you did mention that they'd brief.
They would teach you, so I'll give you 2 dice. Yeah, because
so 4 dice.
They would teach you what some of the controls are, but you've never actually done this before.
That's one success.
One success. So you're able to get you don't. So you can activate the engines, you know how to do that because she directly told you okay, this is, you would just pour your essence in, and this is how I make well, she didn't say she uses essence because then she would be implying that whatever, but she said it's powered by essence. You never knew that she was providing it, right? But the key is you're oh, well, now I'm feeling my essence going into the ship. Okay, I'm powering the ship. Oh, I'm the engine. Oh shit. I think that would all happen really fast. You'd be oh wait, so it's me. I'm powering the engine right now. You are powering the ship. And so you'd start to figure that out. And then as you do, you'd notice there are all these knobs that can adjust the different sense, but you don't know what they do. So you could try pushing a bunch of buttons and guessing what this stuff is, but you don't actually know what. Okay, here I actually found the amount of motes you would need to actually double the speed. It's essentially would be I think it's 7 committed to make it actually start moving, and then I'm trying to check to see if there's anything that you need to do to get it to go into overdrive or whatever. Blah 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 blah. That's if you want to have it go into air mode, which the air mode is in it can hover off the ground. It doesn't actually fly.
Okay, I was gonna make the joke. Is this the USS Enterprise?
But it doesn't need to do. No, okay, so yes, actually, so you can actually do that. So it's 8 if you want to make it hover off the floor or off the water, because it can actually do that. It can hover. Basically, if there's rocks or anything underneath the ship, it can go over those and stuff. So if you want to make it hover a little bit, you can actually do that too. But that's another mode. And then the other thing is I will actually tell you the other button that you would recognize is that it has a shield, not an energy a shield that protects you from lasers, but it's it deflects against rain and stuff. It's not a. So that would cost you another
yeah, well, I'm not gonna worry about that shit.
Activate the shield. Okay. Actually, the shield does actually protect people on the ship. So it can actually be used for that, but it's more of we can deflect small objects and rain and stuff.
Well, I guess if you're gonna stop people from falling off the ship, I'll throw a thing in.
Right. It probably would.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll do full speed, hover, and then
So yeah, basically that's 11 then.
All right.
So it takes 11 away from your maximum.
All right.
but you don't actually need to spend it now. It's just you're putting essence into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, so yeah, it's going basically like 40 miles per hour now. It goes from like 0 to 40, like, and it starts going. Oh, okay, so yeah, it says also you need to attune it for wait, what's this? Did it say 7 and then I know it's top speed. Okay, it's 7. Oh, you spend motes to make it go into overdrive. Okay, so you have to commit 5, and then you're committing the other 4, so that's 9 you're committing. And then you have to spend 7 to make it go really fast.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
So I commit 9.
Yeah, and then you spend 5, and then you're committing 9, and then you have to actually spend 7.
Yeah. Well, there goes the last of my, or almost the last of my personal. So
Yeah. So you put most of your personal essence like into the ship itself, and then start like, and it starts immediately going, and it's moving like at like 40 miles per hour. It says so. So it just starts going, and it's like speeding over the water, and you can see it like under, because you can see like part of the bottom of the ship from here because it's like the edge, and you can see like the top of the ship is moving, like the ship is moving slightly upward, so you can see it gliding over the water, like, and it's moving at like full speed, and the and you can, and like they haven't noticed this like in the middle of the ship yet, but you would notice it moving again. So soon afterwards, you guys would all feel the ship start to move, like it stopped, and then now it's like going again, and it's going really fast suddenly. So it's like, and everyone is like, in all the soldiers on the ship are like, what the hell is this turbulence? Like, this is ridiculous. This was supposed to be a cruise, wasn't it? I don't know, man. Maybe it's a rock or something. They hit a big rock.
So since my maximum has gone down, do I still have like? So is it now like 40? There are 34 out of 34.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Okay.
And I'm like, I know who this freaking Storms is doing this because I saw them going in. So
Right. Yeah.
like,
yeah.
This is getting intense.
I'm wondering if Mist is doing anything, but I think they're muted still. Are they still muted?
Kara,
That's weird.
we call upon you.
Oh,
No, Mist is reading.
Mist is reading. I just imagine that, like, well, you're just like, you pull out a book, you're like, the ship stops, you don't stop reading, you're just like still reading.
Look, sometimes people are really absorbed into books.
Yeah.
She wouldn't stop reading because she'd be in an elemental trance.
Makes sense. So you're like, do you like go back to your room basically and like start reading?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
she's doing a week's worth of study in one day.
Right. So you're doing that. And then they are and so yeah, you're in your room, you're trancing, and then they are, sorry, now I'm thinking of Final Fantasy 9 when I say trancing. But you're trancing, and then they so you see the rabbit still moving through like the middle of the ship, and there's all this chaos, so they're able to kind of move through all the people and like make it towards the third stairway. While you're like on the other end. I guess you've been keeping up with them, but but there are people like moving all around, and you can move through them obviously because this is like, you're you, so you're just like moving out of the way. You get through them, and then like he's going down the stairs into where the like where the actual rooms are again. And then he's kind of going back towards where the main door is for the VIP room. Hello?
Hello.
No, I'm talking to Carl.
Yeah, I was just saying hello so you knew your mic was on.
I'm just like, going back there, and I can't go in there, so I know they're there now, but I gotta go back to to inform them of what I witnessed, but they're sort of busy, I noticed. So I'm still gonna have to go there.
Are you going into the VIP room? You said, because I'm thinking you could probably get in the door if you have enough like speed. You'd probably get enough speed where you could like get to the door.
Oh no, I'm not going in there. No.
Oh no, you okay? Gotcha. So where are you going?
I'm not suicidal. Yet.
No, I understand that. So where?
I'm going to where freaking Storms is.
Okay, so you run back to where Storms is, and so she's holding the wheel now.
Is that Morgie clapping for me?
Yes, you did well.
So you're holding the wheel, and Sun kind of runs in.
Stumbling, trying to like hold his ground because
you almost step on the dead body.
Look, I know this looks bad, but I didn't kill her.
I know. I saw.
Okay, good.
I also want Sun to roll limit.
Oh, you want me to roll limit?
No, I said I want Sun to, because he could have just choked that guy out and ended this whole problem, but he didn't.
Typical Sun.
So 3
dice.
Actually,
should I roll limit anyway? Because this is a
feel like there's like he would have like. I don't think I'm not ready for this yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why you have to roll limit, because it's like you could have easily solved this problem. But like you.
I'm sorry.
But you're just you're not able to. That's the whole point.
Easily is overestimating it, I would say. But hey, what do I need to roll?
3 dice.
3d10. Okay, roll.
Yeah, don't get any successes.
Or what?
I was saying, and try not to get successes.
Well, he got 3, so there you go.
You did the opposite of what I just said.
3 limit for you. So let me just add that to your sheet. So your limit would now be, let's see, you have 4 now, because you had 1 now, and now you have 4. So on your doc, you can put that you have 4 limit. Yeah, because it says here, basically, when faced with the opportunity to advance his cause by harming another. So basically, like, the idea being that you could have actually just stopped him, but... And you ignored Whitefin's suffering as well, because you could have stopped him from attacking her, and you didn't do that either.
I what? Stopped?
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, I mean, you could have stopped it.
Huh? Like, I was trying to find out, like, oh shit, what is...
you could, like...
I'm not sure.
I was saying you could have just like teleported and grabbed the blade or something like that. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have done something, you didn't.
Teleported.
Wrong limit.
You're an Exalted. You can like flash step.
I don't think I have that.
Well, you're right. You were right there. Like, that's what I'm saying. You didn't need to teleport. It's like happening like, a few feet in front of you. Anyway, so your limit's at 4. And so yeah, Storms, did you want to roll limit too?
Well, I'm just
this
counts as like a dead woman. Like,
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, they're a goblinoid now, so I don't know if that counts for your.
I mean, I don't think she reminds me of my family anymore. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it counts. Yeah. Like,
okay, well, we can say that.
Like, well, it kind of looks like, oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just imagine you look at it once and you're like, oh, it's white. Oh, wait, that's
what
not.
What the fuck is a goblinoid?
Well, so you weren't here. So I was explaining how Whitefin, when the captain dies, she like
the cute one.
She like melts into this like goblin creature, because
Oh,
she was like wearing someone's skin basically.
Oh, that's some really fucked up. All right, I'm glad I wasn't there to witness that in my head. Just,
No, okay. So yeah, were you close to the captain at all? Because I mean, you would have been that. You might need to roll limit for that. I mean, that's a whole nother thing, right?
I mean, I wasn't really close to her. I did a single job with her. Like,
Okay, yeah, I'm just clarifying here.
yeah,
Like,
this was a professional relationship.
right, professional only. Well, professionally dead now she is.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough.
But
I'm just
that person was hiding something. I didn't trust them, so
cool,
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
So yeah, you see Sun like visibly kind of shaken as he comes in, and because this is when the limit would start. He's not actually like limit breaking, but he's like having an effect on him. Like he's like, oh crap, everything's happening. Someone's dead now, and oh god.
Snap out of it. I have to hold on to the wheel. I can't slap you.
You can see she has like both hands on the wheel, and like you can see her essence like pouring into the like from her, like, so you don't actually see the anima like the bear form, but like you can see her like her essence being poured into the wheel, into the ship.
what's what you been doing?
Oh, what is Lightning been doing?
That's a good question, but I'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. All right, so I'll say, I'm sure those assholes will come back here if they want to stop us. That's the only reason I can see they would kill the captain.
Oh boy.
Did you find out anything?
Oh, you see that? You remember that rabbit guy?
Yeah. The one with Madrix.
What? You know
I
her
said
name
the-
too?
One of the ones
You
with
know her
Madrix.
name?
I don't know their names. One of the
You know-
VIPs.
Like, I don't think. Did you know in character that her name is Madrix?
Right?
Uh,
Yeah, in character, you know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was
She told
bodyguard.
Like,
she told you her name. Yeah.
oh, okay. Madrix. Is that whatever?
The girl.
Yeah,
or
she-
whatever?
He was the VIP girl.
Saying her name. Apparently, she's in control of this. Going to where we
She doesn't want us
Trying to
returning to
take
Jumve.
us back. Something like that. Like said pretty much like they want us to I remember the moment. I'm sort of I guess this is an effect of like me being shaken a bit. Like,
Yeah.
she said the kid said it's just someone died in terms of fucking the fuck. I don't even know what to say. I didn't know what to do. It could have like take him down, but I didn't know what the fuck. They were talking about like control. They can do? I think they're responsible for what the hell is going on in this thing.
What's them inspire like I just kind of want to snap him out of it. Like, just be like, "Man up, soldier." Is there like a?
I think you could do that. Yeah. Hold on. I got you. Because there actually is a role you could make to like just give him an emotional boost. But in this case, I'll make you roll war because that's probably makes more sense in that case.
All
So
right.
I'll do it'll be charisma war. How about
All right, and I won't spend essence on this because
that? Sure. No,
I don't have a lot of essence to spare.
it's opposed by his resolve.
Yeah.
So
So that's 5 dice.
yeah.
2 successes.
Okay. What's his son's resolve? I'll check. I'll check it.
What's her?
His resolve is 3.
Oh, okay. So
So Just barely. Yeah. He's actually like you're like, hey, snap out of it. And he's just like, you know.
Look, now's not the time to like overly panic about this.
There's no time to panic. It's like the captain's dead. The ship's breaking. What's going on? No panicking.
All right.
We can chill. We can relax. This is cool.
Get everyone from the ship. Bring them top deck. These.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone. We want to make sure no one is alone on these boats.
When you say everyone, who do you mean exactly? Because
all the soldiers,
all the soldiers, everybody.
The dragon-blooded, lightning, topaz.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone except for the monsters. There we go.
Okay, that's more clear. I'm going. I better not end up on the.
So you run down to the middle deck and you start getting everybody. So you tell all the soldiers to like go, and they. I'm you know what? I'll say they do what you want because like whatever. And I'm pretty sure you could just grab Scarlet and she'll tell her, okay, everybody do what he says. So I'm guessing you go to Scarlet first. So what do you tell Scarlet?
Mm-hmm. Hey,
you need to knock.
It's well, I'm sorry, but it's a really big situation we have here now. We're
more of this nonsense. Listen, if they're spreading rumors about you, it's because they're true. You are an idiot. Now, let me have my tea in peace.
No, not those kind of rumors. You see, one of those guys just chopped off someone else's head.
Wait,
the captain's head. I'm gonna ask.
Gets up. She's like, wait. Someone chopped off who? What?
You see, there's this rabbit guy. He just chopped off the captain's head off, and she turns out to be under that.
She like looks toward the spear, and she's like reaching. She's like, okay, you still don't want me to use this, right? She's like looking directly at you, and she's like has her hand out to like grab the spear, like with her force thing, and she's like, okay, wait, you still don't want me to use the spear, right?
As long as you don't take anybody's life.
I'm gonna need to use it to protect your ass. She like grabs it and like pushes you out of the way. She's like, move.
We need to get Mom too.
Where is she?
Here in the room.
God damn it. Okay, you get her. I'll organize everybody.
Meet you at the deck. The rich.
Just go, hurry. She's like pushing you, like, go.
Boy, and like open the door, like
for your room. Yeah, okay.
I'm like open the door, go through, close the door, like Mom.
Golden, 5 more minutes. Come on.
Mom, we have to go. We need to.
Rolls out of bed.
But
is it action time? Something happening?
Bit. Someone's head just rolled off a moment ago.
I mean, that's bad, but cool. She goes and she gets like an outfit out of her. She goes and she gets like an outfit out of her like thing, and she pulls out like her old like clothes. She's like, "All right, let's do this." She puts on these goggles, and she like gets her outfit on like really fast. She's like, "Okay, let's go." She like runs out. She kicks down the door. And she's like getting in a fighting stance, like, okay, we're the bad guys.
Well, we're trying to run. At the rich, but
All right, cool.
might be.
She like runs up the stairs. She turns back when you. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just really excited. It's been like, what, like 30, 50 years before I've gotten to do anything really cool?
Oh, I thought you were telling that to your roommates. Like, sorry, I was really excited. It was 50 years since I did something cool. Like, you're younger than me, man.
I've been stuck inside a house my whole life. And now I finally get to fight bad guys again.
Okay, Ma.
She like runs up the
Oh,
stairs.
the rich.
She like rolls through the middle deck, and she like runs up the stairs, and she's like, huh! She like jumps onto the, and she like goes into a martial arts pose, like, and she like spreading her legs like this, and she's like crouched on the floor, and she's like ready to fight, and then she looks around, and she's like,
Come.
"What are you guys doing up here? Where's everyone?" She like knocks on the door for the captain.
Come in unless you're a freaking rock. I forgot.
Raksha.
Raksha.
What? There, Raksha? She like kicks on the door. She looks at the floor. She's
She
like,
just knocks the door down. She just knocks the door. She just kicks the door open, rolls in. Where?
"Oh, there it is. You got a situation?"
Oh,
She's
it's
like-
dead.
She's like looking at the thing, and she's like, "Whoa, this is really cool." Like she's looking at all the controls.
Yeah, I'm just like,
What's
I have
this
no
one
idea
do?
what I'm doing.
What's this do?
I think we killed Sun.
Let me actually show you the outfit because I don't think you guys have seen it yet.
I don't think so. We've seen the like.
No, so I need to show you her old outfit so that you can get an idea of what like I'm talking about.
It was like I did that a long time ago, and I got
Yeah.
too far away. But let's just say, oh Jesus, younger version
Let me
of
go
her
grab it.
in
I have
this
it.
outfit.
Oh, I have
so-
it here. Okay, I have to go
But
to,
for Smash Brothers.
and I'll put it in the Discord so that everybody can see it because I don't think I posted this yet.
Where?
In the out of character, I'm gonna post
Okay.
it. Oh wait, no, I have it right here. Yep. So you guys can see what she looks like now, or at least closer to what she looks like, because she'd be a little older, like she'd have different hair and such.
She had the
But-
silver dye.
Yeah, but
Like she doesn't have that now.
right. Her hair is obviously different, but this is sort of what her outfit used to look like.
Yes.
She's wearing more like something like this.
It's not even the full. I can get the.
Cute. Okay, so what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, she's like, okay, so what happened? Why is there a dead Raksha on the floor? Did you
Well,
do that?
No.
I think there's another one that cut its head off.
Mhm.
I don't
So
know
I'm
if
just
it's
gonna
actually.
quickly go like, this was the captain. People don't want us to return home.
Yeah, this is.
I have to hold on to the wheel.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
I told
What-
Sun to get everyone on board so they couldn't attack anyone without us seeing.
yeah, but like, what are we gonna do? Like, do you know where they are?
My guess is the VIP room, but they're gonna probably come up here once they realize the ship's moving.
You're right. Okay, so we should figure something out. Let's come up with a plan. Awesome. What? Oh, son. What do we do?
Well, everybody's coming, so Scarlet's got him in. I don't know if Miss got him in along.
Scarlet's like right
Lightning.
outside, but you don't know where
What?
Mist is. You didn't actually check her room though, but Topaz is up there.
Son, go! I don't see everyone. Get back down there and get everyone.
Yeah, because you don't see Lightning and you don't see Mist
Or your future wife.
or Melise. Well, no, Melissa would be there at this
Okay.
point because I'd assume that I'm not gonna assume oh they're dead. No, they'd be where everyone else is. So
Don't forget your waifu.
So Melissa is there,
then-
but you know she's kind of lost in the crowd basically. Mist isn't there,
And then I get Lightning. Like, okay, Lightning.
Oh, the
you
door!
need to get
Like
to
the
the
door
bridge.
doesn't open when you go into Storm's room. Like the door's locked.
I knock. I go to towards where Topaz is supposed to be. Like,
Oh, Topaz is already on deck. So Mist was the only one that you didn't get to.
okay,
Mist and
so Lightning. I go over like Lightning. It needs.
Okay, give me a sec. I gotta roll something. Let's see. Was it? Yeah, it was about equal, I think.
Let's see what bad shit is happening to Lightning now.
Okay, and then I'll do this because they were right. They were equal last time, so it was 1, 2. Yep, and then 1. Okay. So when you knock on the door, basically you hear like obviously not Lightning's voice, but you hear like a little girl's voice. She's like, "Oh, she's occupied right now. Do you need to take? I can take a message for her if you like."
Son, break down that fucking door.
Wait, what did you say?
No. So Madrick says, "Oh yes, she's not here right now, but if you need me to take a message."
I'm like when I hear that, I'm my hands over the I'm about to knock again, but it's like not knocking, I'm like frozen stiff. Time around me slowing down, like
Yeah.
oh shit. So where'd she go?
Oh, she's right here, but she's not available. She's having a nice dream.
Come.
She's having a nice dream.
What kind of nice dream?
Oh, well, wouldn't you like to know?
Out of character, son, stop fucking around and hit the door.
He's like, it's just like, how, yeah, wouldn't I like to know? It's perfect. I attempt attempt to open the door, like.
Okay, it's basically locked and it's made of like this, metallic material, so it's not like it'd be really easy to like wrench open. Like it's made of metal.
So I can't.
You can try, yeah, you can try, but it'd be a roll. It's it'd be strength and athletics basically for you to try to like rip the door open.
Roll. I guess how? Wait, what is the door made of?
Like, oh wait, can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying the door's made of it's like made of this like metallic metal. Like it's very like kind of glossy. Like I said, it's sort of sci-fi. So the door is like made out of this it's like a sci-fi door. It's like made of like metal, basically.
Grab the fucking lightsaber and we're gonna Qui-Gon Jinn it.
Well, yeah, but Melise has the lightsaber, so you can't.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, either like go up and tell Storms what's going on, or grab her keys. Like,
Yeah, you can get Storm's keys from Storms, but by that point there'll be more
Okay.
more time.
Okay.
I mean, can't he like boost his speed? So,
Well, yeah, actually, so you want to go like flash, like, I need your keys. Go back.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so I attempt to open the door with all my force. I can't. So I was just like,
Well, you didn't. I said you could try. You didn't try.
okay, can I try?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You roll strength athletics. You can try to rip open the door, and then I'll give you 2 dice because I'll give you a die because you were using the arm. Because that one, it could probably help
Strength?
you break open the door.
So 5, and you said 2 dice more, so
Yeah, I was saying
7.
you have your strength plus your athletics, and then I'll give you a die because you're using the arm.
1 die.
Yeah.
So that would be 6, be 10 so far. Or no.
Well, how are you trying to get it open?
Like I'm like first I attempting to like open it normally, but then I like attempted to push it downward, like
right.
Like if that doesn't work, I like smack it.
Right. Okay.
Trying to like dent it one way or another.
Okay.
Break the lock.
I'll give you 2 dice for that. Sure. Because I mean, you can hear it like groaning against your hand, like it's it's not impossible. It's just very difficult.
and I think you can boost your athletics.
Yeah, he can.
Okay. I'm gonna use 2. 3 peripheral.
Yeah, sure.
That would give me how much?
That would give you, let's see. That's 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 3 is 11.
11? Okay. On the dice. Ooh.
7.
6.
2, 3,
You know what?
7.
That's I mean, only because you have the arm. I think this is actually possible because if you were just using your bare hands, you would not be able to do this. Let me just check. But I think you can actually start, and I think she's laughing at you. She's like, "The door's locked. You're not going to be able to get in." But you can feel it like breaking as you're punching it harder and harder. Like you can feel it like groaning against your arm because your arm is like as strong as the material that's on the ship. So like when you're actually like breaking, when you're punching the door, you're like punching it with enough force to like actually push through it. So it'd be like as if you were punching like wood with your hand. Like it's the equivalent material. So like.
You're basically Wolverine going against something else that's sounding
Yeah, basically. So it's like that. So you got 5 successes. So that would definitely be enough to break open a door. So basically, that means that you can like bust the door open.
5
with just your. Oh, you got 6. Sorry.
No, you
got
got
7.
7.
Yeah, you got 7. So that would be more than enough that you need to like break open the door. So you're actually able to like break the actual like mechanism that like locks it, and you like bust open the door eventually. Like after you
can I like describe it if I break it?
Yeah, sure.
So and then like the whole of my elbow and just loosen up, like it like hangs out, like the lock, like the door knob like hangs out. I like rip it off and like use my palm to like break open the door.
Right. Yeah, the door like pushes open, and you see her just kind of like smiling at you in the doorway, and you see Lightning like lay down in the bed, she's like completely unconscious. And she looks like she's sleeping. And you see Madrix sort of like turn away from her, like, because she's like on the bed as well. And she kind of, like, because she's like touching her neck, basically, like Lightning's neck. And then like moves away from her and like turns toward you with like this smile.
Who the hell are you?
That's a good question. I should be asking you the same thing. She's like looking at your arm and like looking you over. This is going to be fun. Very fun.
I'm guessing you don't happen to be
Somewhat. A monster?
Madrix.
Oh. Well, you can call me Princess. How about that?
You don't seem very loyal to me, Madrix.
Sorry, my inner Johnny just had to get out
Oh
there.
yeah, no, he's doing the Johnny thing though. He's like, no, I'm okay, Madrix, whatever. And now she's starting to get mad. And she kind of like starts crawling off.
You don't seem very loyal to me, Madrix.
She like sort of
what the hell are you?
Starts crawling toward you. And you can see this.
Yeah, come on, crawl out. Crawl out, come on. I'm like backing out, like, come on.
You can see like the wisps of her hair like starting to like change color slightly, and like her eyes are like not spinning, but like they're like moving really weirdly. And you can see even like parts of her skin are starting to like shift in like tone, and like the entire like area inside of the room starts to like bend a little bit as she's like moving off of the bed, and she's like giggling at you as you're like leading her out. And she like gets to her, like she jumps off the bed, not like toward you, but just like and like lands like gracefully sort of in front of you. Does like a little twirl and like stands in the hallway. And you're
the
like,
hallway?
Yeah, like, because you're backing out into the hallway, right?
Okay.
And she like standing in the hallway, and you're like up against, you're like near the wall. And
I wouldn't do that though. I would
no,
like move.
It's not very like large space, is what I'm saying. So like when she's like walking out, the hallway's like it like ends basically. It's not like a very large room.
What?
So like when
I would attempt to like sidestep, like move to like the.
Yeah, you move out into the larger area, and she's just like following you. Let me guess, you're going to run?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just telling you to come on.
She kind of gives you like this weird like look, like she's blinking a little bit.
What's wrong, Madrix?
Are we playing tag or something? Is this a game to you?
I don't know.
I like games.
Oh. Do you now, Madrix? Still backing out, like attempting to like lure her away.
Are you like backing towards the stairs?
Hold on, let me see where I am.
We have little tokens we can drag out onto the.
Oh, I mean, I guess, but it's not really super relevant. Like, it's basically like he's in this open area here, and then like that's where he's leading her out to, and then the stairs would be like right at the edge of that area. That's why I'm asking like if he's going towards the stairs or not.
Yeah,
it's mostly just like out in this area, like where he is. It's mostly just like a lobby, so there maybe is some like, you know, It
Okay.
basically is, that kind of deal. So like there's a lobby here and then it goes up into the stairs.
We don't have an icon from magic, so I'll throw
Wait,
black
we
sheep.
don't? I do.
No, no, I can.
Way. And
Okay, yeah. So he's leading her up.
here. Where can I?
Oh, so you're waiting for her to like follow you up the stairs?
Follow me? Like,
So you're
Like,
going up to the middle deck then?
to the middle of the deck. Is everybody there? I'm assuming no.
Well, no, you moved everyone to the top deck, so they're all up there.
Yeah, you still have another floor to.
But like when she moves like up towards, because here's the interesting thing. What happens is she goes up these stairs, and then when you go up to the middle deck, she's like walking down the upstairs. Like
Oh, she's like,
she like took a cheat code, like she shortcutted it, and she's like standing in front of you, like in the room where all the, like, they cleared out where all the tables and the chairs are, so it's basically just an empty room. And all the
I don't want to interrupt, but how long has this been since sun went down there?
good question.
Yeah, because if it's been a certain amount of time, I'm just gonna get fed up, and I'm impatient, so I'm just like, someone take the wheel, and I'm going down there.
Well, who would you want to take the wheel? Because there are only a few people who can actually work.
How
it.
about the player who's not
Topaz.
here right now?
Well, I mean, Topaz could if you like immediately go to him and be like, "Hey, you have essence now. Use it to move the ship."
Yeah. All right. I'll just be like, all right, just hold on to the wheel and keep it going forward.
I can do that. I will actually mention, so if it matters to you guys, like, small detail, but like when the energy is like coming out of the engine, because I don't think you guys could see it, but like the energy is actually different colors based on who is using it. So like with Whitefin, it was sort of like a greenish color or green bluish color, and then when you used it, it was like pure like bright blue, and then when Topaz is using it, it's like red. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So like the engine jetting out the back of the ship is actually like changing colors.
All right. So more importantly, I got
My boy.
my fullness back, right?
Sorry, what?
I got my maximum.
Oh,
right?
the committed, yeah, but you still spent the motes to move the thing, but
Yeah.
the motes you committed you don't need to commit them now.
All right. I just want to know because it'll be relevant for fights.
Sure, fighting.
Yeah.
So you want to like run down and see what happened?
Oh, I guess am I flaring now because my maximum?
You did well. You're basically you spent from your personal though, right? For the flaring
Yeah, I
engine?
spent everything from my personal, but I used my peripheral.
So you didn't. No.
Okay.
You're not flaring right now.
All right. Cool. So I will go down and.
Okay. You see Madrix there. Just like sandwiched between the two of you now.
Hey, that's cheating. You know that, right?
Oh, but I have all the codes. I can see. Like she doesn't say that. I think she's just like, oh, I know this ship. I can do whatever I want. I know. She says, I own this ship. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, that's what she says.
So that's the way it is, Madrix.
I told you to stop calling me that. She's like moving.
What do you think about this? I'm like, I tell that to like Storms.
Oh, I think fucking monsters don't deserve our respect, especially when they lie to us about what this trip is about and try to hurt my girlfriend.
Oh, don't worry. She's happy.
Yeah, happy wouldn't be the word I would use. More like being lied to through dreams bullshit. yeah, I think you think you're royalty, Madrix, but you're not. You can't play that game. I've been there. You can't play that game with us. We know royalty.
So, why'd you kill the captain?
I didn't.
No shit, Sherlock. Why do you have
Who's
been
that?
ordered?
I think no. I'm kidding. Because you're like, no shit, Sherlock. Who's Sherlock? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's
The name Shamrock.
I'm kidding. It's fine.
no shit, Shamrock. That's right.
Okay,
Yeah,
next Exalted, I
Sherlock,
make like a genius named Shamrock.
you ask who why did you kill the captain? She's like, oh, I didn't.
Why did your men kill the captain?
Well, they had all these ideas of thinking that they could get away with hiding things from me.
That's so.
Well, you've been hiding
What?
shit from everyone else, so
Plus, I own them, so I can do whatever I want with them.
What the fuck?
She's still like stepping towards Sun, and she's like, getting closer and closer as she's like moving. So she's like at this point like 10 feet from you.
I'm going to like turn into a bear and go like, "You don't own lightning."
Okay, so you turn into a bear. So can you?
Oh, I'm going to
you
my
spend-
deadly beast man.
You spend motes for that, or how does that work?
It's 1 willpower and some motes, I think, to go to my.
So yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
I'm
Let me quickly.
saying you spend it first, and then you can turn into a bear. Yeah.
Let's see, 5 motes and 1 willpower.
Okay. Do you guys want to? No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking because it's getting a little. It's not like late, but I did want to know. Do you guys want to have this combat now, or do you want to do it next session?
We can do it next session, dude. Just getting ready for it.
No.
Okay.
Cue the JoJo to be continued.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, you turn into a bear. You're like, you don't own lightning, and then like, you jump at her, and then you do the do.
Lame.
I was like,
Wow, Bust, you're lame.
No, but then meanwhile we see what's Sun doing before we go to be continued. Is he like running with the?
I was just like was ready to lose like a bit.
I mean, to be honest, you guys should just gotten a bunch of exalts and just gangbanged her. But that's just my opinion.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Well, I could get that charm that I could get like a penis.
Preparing
Oh,
like
God.
What? Sorry, you're cutting out. Hold on.
And just to clarify, Captain Dickhead didn't knock on Mist's door, so she's still down there reading.
No, I know that.
It's best if she reads
ready
now.
to attack me.
It's funny though,
Like,
like it's happening like, right outside your room. That's the funny thing.
I just imagine like
And even if she heard something, she'd ignore it.
Anyway,
It's a fine case in point of someone lights a damn fire. No, I'm ignoring it.
imagine like on the side.
no. So I was saying, Sun, like, what are you doing as we're ending this thing? Yeah, because you were cutting out, so I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Now is your chance to stunt.
About to, but then
I think we lost. Oh no, you cut out completely there.
Yeah, I couldn't hear him at all that time. Let's see if I can adjust this again.
I'm just thinking
Refresh your page.
The dog, like
Madrix. Sorry, I'm reading what Morg is saying. Like, Madrix is a hoe. Murder her. End her whole career. You know what? I think Sun turned into an alchemical.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I imagine a scene where, like, you know how, like, my sword turns into a whip?
Yeah.
I imagine using whirlwind just being like,
No, but I'm trying to understand like what he's doing, but I can't hear him because he keeps cutting out.
oh, rip.
Carl, refresh your Google.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, join the chat again.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
We can hear you
Sorry.
now.
Sorry, my the freaking internet went crazy on me. So I've like ran back my Tristan's going through it like crazy, and like the gems glowing. Preparing to do like a vicious palm strike, and like I was like I'm imagining like as like Storm's just lunging down on, going down like going like coming down on freaking Matrix, like freaking going strike like it's like one of the freaking like Matrix is the other side, like
Yeah. So I'm
There's-
definitely imagining. Yeah, it's definitely this like anime thing where it's like we see this shot of like Storm's jumping at her, and then she's like in the middle, and then like you're doing the like moving towards her with a palm strike, and then we just like to be continued.
Oh, I was gonna say, son, we should do it like double clothesline.
I don't know about that.
double clothesline, boom.
And then you hear Zawardo, and then like you're just like, fuck, they're gonna dodge.
Oh shit.
Zawardo.
I will say here though that I want to definitely give. So I'll give out experience now. I'm gonna do it probably for both groups now. I'm just gonna cut the thing real quick.
Hey,